Welcome everyone to another edition of Ringo TV Reactions. Back again with another video. What I want to talk about is this particular topic, right? This topic is about a woman. Very disturbing video. I want to share my thoughts on it, my thoughts and opinions about this. And hopefully we can learn something from this, right? This particular woman, if I can kind of share my thoughts about the story, she's saying that her sister threw acid on her. Now, the thing about this story, and again, before we begin, let me lay the ground rules. You're not gonna like anything that I have to say. I'm just gonna put that out the way. Like, you're not gonna like anything that I gotta say. You're gonna be upset. You know, this is typical of what people deal with when I talk about real issues. You know, they get offended. And all I'm doing is just offering the truth. She has a GoFundMe that's set up. She's claiming that her sister threw acid on her. And what's interesting about this, that on TikTok, TikTok is an interesting site. TikTok allow women to post the most gruesome, the most explicit content, and they never get in trouble. This woman literally posts images, videos of her skin and all this other mess that's going on with herself, and it's all on her TikTok, and they allow it. I'm not even going to show any of it because YouTube have terms of service. They have different things in place. There's certain things you can't show, you know, unless you blur it out. But one of the reasons why I'm not going to play her videos, because too much profanity in her videos. I mean, it's just too much. I cannot bleep all the profanity out in her video. But I blurred, you know, part of her face because for whatever reason, her sister threw acid on her face and on her arm, like it spilled all over her. This is what she's saying. And it burnt her up. I'm talking about burned her up. Like, and it looked like she poured it on her head first, and it dripped down to her face because like the whole top of her head is like burnt, right? And her arm and whatnot is burnt. At least this is what she's showing. Now, off the rip, like when I see stories like this, and again, you're not gonna like the things that I have to say. I gotta speak my mind, because one thing I learned about social media, if I can share this with you, is that on social media, you're not allowed to be yourself. You have to be a robot. What eventually they want for all content creators is they want us all to become robots, meaning that we're all doing content that they want, not what we want to talk about. Right? So I'm just being true to myself when I share my thoughts, because I can't be fake. If I was fake, you're going to feel it. You're going to know that Ringo is not being himself. He's not being real. He's appeasing to the powers that be. He probably sold his soul. So I can't do that kind of stuff. I got to be true. When I look at this particular story with this woman, and again, I'm not going to play the video because it's too graphic, right? It's too graphic. I see a person that's hustling. That's all I see. Now, of course, you're going to disagree. You're going to get upset. You're going to get mad. What I see is someone hustling. That's what I see. Because the first thing that comes into mind, in my opinion, if I'm in the hospital, let's say, most high forbid, something happened to me. I'm hurt. I'm messed up. I repeat, I am not going to be on my phone. I'm not going to be on my phone trying to make videos airing out myself in a hospital. I'm not doing that. My focus is my life. My focus is getting well. It's not going to be, oh, I got to post some videos to TikTok. This woman is on TikTok begging her fans to help her to get her TikTok page back, because based on her, TikTok took her page down. They took her page down. So she's asking everybody to help her get her page back. And I'm like, miss, you're burnt up. You're hurt. You just gave a story that your sister poured acid on you. And you're more interested in getting your TikTok page back rather than your health. She was like, I want to post. I need my site. I need my social media, you know? And what I realized is that she worships her social media. She worships it. So she started a new TikTok page, right? And she's pushing her story. And in my opinion, this is my opinion, my thoughts, is that she's hustling the people. That's my opinion, is that she's hustling the people by making them feel sorry for her because she had acid poured on her. So she set up a GoFundMe. She got about $30,000 that was raised. People started sending her money left and right, big money. And I'm like, why? Why? Why is it that on social media, we do this all the time? Especially you ladies. I seen a comment. I should have took a screenshot of it. I forgot which video it was in. I seen a comment by a woman who says, this is what she said, fam. No cap, no lie. The woman said, I'm not a fan of her, but we need to support her because she's a woman. And we got to do this for women empowerment. And I was like, wow. So you don't know her, you're not a fan, but you're willing to get involved and support her for women empowerment because she had acid poured on her. You don't even know her. You don't even know if she's lying to you. You don't even know if it's a skit. I know how to do makeup that can make you look like you're burnt. Many years back when I used to film little movies, like home movies, I used to be in a lot of like, I used to be involved in a lot of like horror like films. And I like to make movies with a lot of blood and gore. I know how to do the makeup side of that. I'm very good at that. Like doing makeup. I can make you look like you had got shot in your head. I can make it look like somebody slashed you across your face. I know how to do the makeup. I know how to do that. It's a skill. I can even do it without going to the store and get the actual materials. I know how to create the look. And people will believe that somebody cut your face and the flesh is open with the gore and the pus and everything. So there's a possibility that could be at play. I'm not saying that that's what it is. What I'm saying is, if you're a woman and you had acid thrown on you, why would you be on social media making videos? I wouldn't even want nobody to see me. So I looked at a couple of her videos to kind of get an idea of, let me see who this woman is. And based on what I listened to, she said that the reason why she had the acid thrown on her is because she got into a fight with her sister because she was trying to help her sister to get a job. So you mean to tell me your sister poured acid on you because you were trying to get her a job? No. There's no way that happened. Then she went into another video and she talked about her story. She said that she did something. She hit her sister now. So basically she hit her sister first and one thing led to another. And I guess the sister had some acid and poured it on her. People just don't pour acid on you just to pour acid on you. You had to do something to somebody and you paid for it. But the problem that I see here is that in her comments, right, you had some guys, I guess they were saying you need to humble yourself. They said that God did this to you to humble you. And she basically was like, F God. She ain't say it verbatim, right? Let me make that very clear. She didn't say F God. But the way she responded imply F God. In other words, I'm still here. I'm still doing me. And she had this defiant attitude. I'm like, miss, you've been disfigured and you're still boasting? You're still the same woman before? You haven't learned nothing. And it just kind of dawned on me. The daughters of Zion are in trouble, y'all. The daughters of Zion have serious issues. And they don't want to repent. This woman literally had acid thrown on her and still was very masculine in her demeanor, very aggressive. She was cussing a lot of anger. And she got her viewers believing that she's a victim, but I don't think she is, y'all. I looked at the videos, I looked at the evidence, and with all my research and investigating stories, this woman did something to somebody. So now she's painting her sister as a woman who have a drug problem. Again, if you find the videos, that's on you. I'm not posting them because YouTube has rules. Other people might try to post them. That's their business. I'm not trying to cross any lines with the YouTube police. I can do content without showing a video. I'm very good at talking. And I can remember every single thing that I saw in her video. You go watch the videos if you find them, and you will be able to confirm that I'm telling you the truth. She claimed that her sister have a habit of being on heavy drugs, and how she was trying to help her sister get a job because she's tired of seeing her sister just smoking and drinking and just doing her thing and whatnot, as if though she don't smoke or drink. I can tell that this woman smokes and she drinks. I can tell. So she spun this narrative of a sister that is allegedly on very strong drugs. She has an addiction problem and so on and so forth. She is a single mother. She talked about how, I guess, the other sister, I'm not sure if the other sister have kids, but I think she kept alluding to the fact that the other sister has kids as well. And one thing led to another, and they had a fight. The fight was outside somewhere, and then it came. She didn't want to fight in front of the kids. So somebody threw something. She claimed that the sister got a machete or some sort of ratchet and tried to, I guess, injure her with it. And that's when the sister decided to go get the acid. The question that I haven't seen her answer is, did the sister get arrested? I haven't heard nothing about it. She never posts no images of the alleged sister. There's no police report. There's nothing. And it's interesting, man, how people could just believe whatever they hear on social media. Social media is fake, y'all. If you've been watching this platform for a long time, you know that I keep it a buck with you guys, man. If I'm reviewing a video, to like doing a reaction video or whatever the case is, and if you see me look this way, I'm also recording on another camera, right? Anytime I do a reaction video, or if I'm reviewing something and I know it's fake, or if it's a little questionable, I always let you know. I'd be like, hey fam, we're reviewing a video today, but before we begin, let me also let you know, I don't know if the video is legit. I don't know if it's a real video. It could be a skit. And I kind of let you know because I don't want to review something and then it end up being fake and then my work is forever tainted. Like, oh, Ringo TV was reviewing a fake video as if though it was the truth. Wow, he got caught out there. That ain't gonna ever happen to me, because if I feel that something is a skit, I'm gonna let you know. That way, even if we review it as if though it's real, you know I made it very crystal clear that it's a possibility it could be a skit. So in this particular instance, when I look at this particular situation with this woman, she has a video where she's talking with the bandages on her face, and she's showing you the staples that are on her face. A lot of gruesome, graphic images. It's just not good. Again, I'm not going to show the video footage, but I could talk about it. You know, I'm not interested in seeing a bunch of gore and disgusting stuff. I don't want that on my video, not on my watch. So she's talking about the story, and she got everybody feeling sorry for her right now. Everybody saying, we'll be praying for you. Pray to Jesus, believe in Jesus, and all this talk. And she was like, look, just support my GoFundMe, send some money. It doesn't matter how much it is, and just send the money. And I'm like, I'm listening to this thing, and I'm like, but why are you posting all these videos though? Like, why you want people to see you like this? Then there's another video that she got on her page, fam. And I know some might say, this is a sensitive situation, Ringo. You need to be a little more sensitive. I am sensitive. What? No, you don't see. I'm taking very good care in how I communicate. But it's never good enough for people. These are how scams are done, man. People get scammed all the time. She have a video, I kid you not, that is on her page where you see her laying down, screaming in agony, in pain, and her mother is beside her. And I'm like, why would you upload that to TikTok? No commentary. You see her in the video. I'm talking about screaming in pain. At least that's what she wants you to believe. Her mother's beside her. Somebody's recording. And then it's uploaded to TikTok. And everybody in the comments are like, I feel so sorry for you. My heart is broken. You know, I sent some money. It's going to be okay. And I'm like, wow. Y'all just get scammed every day. And it's only women that do this. Men can't get away with doing this. As a man, if a man come on social media in bandages, got shot in the head, nearly got killed, nobody would care. Y'all just say, I'll be praying for you, bro. Good luck. Right? Because again, based on the video, her face is messed up. She's never going to be the same again. Again, the blur that you see me add to this image, it makes it look like she good. But if you see the video don't look good. You know? Somebody said, well, what if it's real? If it's real, listen, here's the thing. I never said if it's real or fake. What I'm saying is keep your eyes open for opportunists. If a person had acid thrown on them, how could you have time to be recording? She's in the hospital making videos, cursing and cussing at the top of her lungs. I'm like, yo, if I was one of the doctors or a nurse in a hospital and I'm hearing this commotion in the other room, we're going to come in there and shut it down. We literally going to come in there and say, ma'am, you're going to have to be quiet. I don't know what kind of hospital she's in where she is allowed to be on a phone recording. I'm talking about on her phone, cursing, cussing at the top of her lungs. Like I said, if I play a little glimpse, let me see if I could do this over here. Let me see if I could do this real quick. Because It's crazy. I'm not showing nothing, but I want you to hear just some of the tone, because I'm looking at it on the screen. Let me see.
False rumors and shit. It's dealing with a nigga, it's dealing with her children, sexual assault. She up in there smoking with them folks. She's 6 years old. Ain't no way in hell my niece to be saying no shit like that about her mouth. So now my niece and my nephew, they up at my mama's house. Boom.
I don't know if you could hear anything.
You want to do this to me after, bro? Like, this shit not love, bro. Ain't no way you love me, bro. This shit hit my baby's shoes. It could have hit my baby's skin. But you love me. This shit not motherfucking love. I gotta wake up and look like this. What? Make it make.
It's like I'm looking at this video and I'm telling you I'm not even buying this. I'm just not buying it. Again, I'm not going to show the video because it's graphic. But it's interesting. It's a graphic video, but TikTok allows it. It's amazing. TikTok is one of the most amazingly horrible social media platforms. I really don't like that page. I am convinced TikTok is a science project. It's no wonder the government want to ban it. I think it's because they know they're not going to tell the public what's really going on. But I really believe that TikTok has a lot of women under mind control, and they're really doing and causing damage. And that's probably why the powers that be want to shut it down and ban it in the US. I actually hope they do it, because that particular site is very, very, very dangerous. They literally let women go up there and do the most. And if I was to post a video that graphic, I would be banned. I post one of my music videos on TikTok. They took it down. Literally. The video Missing You, I post that music video on TikTok. They took it down. They said terms of service. I'm like, what did I do? It's a song. I uploaded the Now You a Single Mom remix, that video. I uploaded it this morning. Guess what they did? They took it down. I went there and said community guidelines. I'm like, what? It's a music video of a song. I check back 3 minutes. The video appears again. But this time they mute the video. So the audio is off. I'm like, I post my video of who the F snitched on me. I post one of the parts. It get taken down. Terms of service. I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with TikTok. I have an account, but I'm not uploading. I mean, imagine starting an account, putting all your energy and life into content creation on TikTok, and your whole page get taken down. TikTok is a page for women. If you're a woman, go to TikTok. That page is for you. To me, it's like a mental clinic where they literally let women go there and show themselves in gruesome graphic images, and they don't touch their videos. They just let them rock out. I mean, it's literally, this woman got her brains all out, skin all deformed. I'm like, what? And they letting her rock? No terms of service, no graphic images, nothing. They just letting her cook. Yo. And she's cussing. Listen, this woman uttered probably 1,000 cuss words, bro. Profanity all day. But if I do it, I'm done. This is why there's so much content to react to. It's because a lot of the women that be on TikTok, something's wrong with them. It's not because they're talented, because they're not. They go up there and they run their mouth and they talk about their personal business so much so that it becomes content to react to have a conversation. But with this woman here, she's in a hospital making videos. I'm talking about she's literally vlogging and making part 1, part 2. Her main account got taken down. They took her main account down. She started another one, right? She started another one. She got her cell phone in her hand in the bed, the hospital bed, making videos with her face deformed. And I'm watching this, and everybody in the comments is blind. Everybody in the comments is like, "We love you. You're still beautiful. We're praying for you." And I'm like, are we watching the same screen, or? Because I don't see what they're seeing. One person says, "You're still beautiful. God ain't have nothing to do with that evil act, and it won't let me click the GoFundMe link." So all the women are desperate to click the GoFundMe link so they can start sending in the cash. So she posts the GoFundMe link for the women to go give their money away. Let me see where it's at. Her goal is $45,000. She's at $29,647. On the GoFundMe, she posts these gruesome, I'm talking about extremely, if we had a level of graphic from 1 to 10, she posts level 10 images on her GoFundMe showing her arm with no skin, just with flesh, blood, and just everything, just gruesome. And people are donating like crazy. It's amazing. She posts one picture showing, I guess, how she looked before without having acid thrown on her. And then she posts the pictures with the gruesome photos so you can see the difference of what she looked like. So it shows her skin is all destroyed, nasty. It'll make you vomit. It's very, very graphic. But I'm saying to myself, why your sister's not in prison? Why the sister's not in prison? Why is her sister not in prison, guys? Because I'm looking at the page and there's no video saying, okay, she got arrested. She's serving time. The police got her. She got a video showing her Cash App alone. Just the Cash App. In other words, send cash. Send cash. Go to my GoFundMe. I believe TikTok took down her first page because they probably saw it as she's hustling or exploiting her situation for benefit. Because who does this? Who keep posting themselves like this? It's sick. And the sad thing about it is that adults can't see through it. It's sick, man. YouTube have some new thing here where people could actually ask questions. Start a Q&A. Answer viewer questions live. Let me see. Something, I don't know. They have some new thing where you could start like a question thing where I guess the viewers can ask questions. Something like that. But nonetheless, on her page right now, she got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 videos. 10 videos. She gathered about 8,000 followers since her other page got taken down. And it's nothing but videos of her talking about getting acid thrown on her. But there's no videos showing who her sister is. There's no videos of a police report. There's no videos of an arrest that was made. If this is a true event that somebody threw acid on her, there's a possibility, right, in my opinion, that she did something dirty to somebody, or she had something in terms of acid in a jar, in a cup, in a bottle, and whoever threw something on her probably thought it was water. And she got burnt up. You had guys that were in the comments, they were like, God judged you, because the guys were saying that she's haughty and she needed to slow down, and this is slowing her down. And that is the part where she was like, I guess she was responding to guys or that were talking about her, and she didn't say F God, but the way she responded was like F the Most High, like, I'm still here. I'm gonna do me. It is what it is. I'm gonna bounce back. And I'm saying to myself, like, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy, man. After looking at her in this particular TikTok, it reminded me of the scriptures where the Most High talked about the daughters of Zion being haughty and how they're like very prideful, very arrogant. You can't tell them nothing. The way she was displaying herself in her videos, it didn't come from a place that I saw of a woman who is a victim. It was almost as if though she did something to somebody and somebody did something back, but she's playing the victim and she's being rewarded for it. And she really didn't give people the full truth. She gave a part of the story, but she's not really, there's nothing there. She's guilty of something. She did something to somebody. She kept talking about she can't believe her sister did this to her. She's supposed to love her. We're supposed to be family. If your sister was on drugs, if your sister have all of these problems, why would you be trying to get her a job if she's on drugs? That's not going to help her, because she'll just get the money from the job and continue buying the drugs. To help your sister get off drugs, she got to get the proper help to be, rehabilitated in order to, like go to like a drug rehab or get some sort of counseling and stuff like that could really help. I'm talking about hands-on from somebody that really care about her. You know, you can't get someone that's on drugs a job. That's not going to help them. All that's going to do is help their habit, because all money does is amplify your problems. That's all it does. So if you're a wicked man and you love sleeping around with 1,000 women and you become a millionaire, it's going to be very easy for you to sleep around with women. You won't even date women anymore. Forget about dating. Forget about seeing a woman you like and saying, hey, how you doing, sister? It don't make no sense to do that. Now you got money. You could pay for it. So you could literally call up women and get a bunch of dancers to come to your house and shake their ass for you and do what it do. You paying them. So money will only amplify who you are. If you're a habitual reckless spender, money can damage you even further, because you'll use it and use it and use it and abuse it. That's what money does. It amplifies where you are. So again, her GoFundMe is at about 30,000. Her goal is 45. Now, you should know as much as I know that if a person had acid thrown on them, the surgeries and all this other stuff costs way more than a goal of $45,000. And this is why I believe that the people are being hustled. The people are being hustled. She started the GoFundMe on March 14th. So it had been up for a minute. And I see this as a hustle. $45,000 is not enough to cover medical bills and surgeries and all that other stuff. It's not going to help. The psychological damage this woman will be facing, I don't see her displaying any of the signs. She seems to be a little more on the calm, cool, collected side after being allegedly disfigured. There's something about this story that don't sit right with me. It don't sit right with me, fam. And when I have the thumbnail with the cry face, that's not me crying. Because to be quite frank, fam, I don't believe the story. And even if it really happened, it is what it is. I know how life works. People get things done to them for a reason. Trust and believe that. A lot of times we be feeling sorry for people too quick, and we don't know what really went down. That's a good question. Where do you get acid? Well, there's a lot of different things you can use that have acid. There's a lot of chemicals. There's a lot of things that you can get, but it is a good question. Like, where do you get it? And how is it in the sister's possession? If the sister is on drugs, because if the sister is on drugs, where would she even have, how would she even get a hold of acid? And why would that be her choice of, I guess, what you can, why would her sister use that? Her sister probably made it, for all we know. Her sister probably made it. There's a lot of different chemicals that you can mix that will create this thing. And it'll burn you up. It'll roast your skin. I used to work with a lot of chemicals, and the chemicals was very dangerous. You get it on your skin, you're in trouble. A lot of chemicals I worked with when I was at the agency, you had to wear neoprene gloves in case that stuff spill on you, to protect your flesh, because it'll mess you up. But this don't look like someone threw something in her face. This looked like somebody poured something on her head, possibly while she was standing up somewhere. The way the injury, listen, I'm very good at what I do. Very good at what I do. I'm looking at the injury. I'm looking at how it spilled from her face and it rolled down her nose. So they poured something on her. The way this injury looked, again, I can't show it because it's extremely, extremely on the 10th level graphic. So all I can do is talk about it. The YouTube police is watching me. Trust me. They always watching. They watching right now. Well, they got popcorn. They watching. They watch me closely. So the way I'm looking, the way this thing looked, they poured it on her head. They poured it on her head. It rolled down her face by her nose bridge. And when they poured it, it dripped from the side of her face onto her arm. And because think about it like this. They poured the acid on her head. It's going down her face. The first thing she's going to do is move her hands to go like this. So when she did that, it got on her hands, burnt her hands up, her arms up too. So whoever did this to her, they didn't just take acid and throw at her face. No. That's how I know her story is not making sense. Now, everybody that's watching her story, you have a lot of content creators on YouTube right now. Listen, to all you content creators that's reviewing this video, all of y'all fake. Y'all fake. Y'all some of the most fake content creators ever. Y'all fake. Y'all literally sitting there acting like y'all care. Y'all don't know this woman. You don't even know what's going on. Y'all not good at what y'all do. Because she said that the sister threw acid on her face. No. Her injuries is not consistent with somebody throwing acid on your face. It's not consistent. Because the front of her face is not messed up. Somebody poured something on her head and it flowed down to her nose bridge. That's what they did. Again, the images that you see on the screen is what she looked like. I blurred certain areas so they could cover all of the injuries. But on her page, she literally got videos with everything all exposed. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Absolutely crazy. You know? So Ringo, you don't care? I mean, you don't care that she have, they poured acid on her, like you don't feel sorry for her and you're not caring about what? No, I don't care. You could get mad at me. I don't care. I don't. My job is not to care. When the news media do news reporting, their job is not to care. A child could have been murdered. The news anchor that's covering the story is not supposed to be showing any emotion, taking anyone's side, or being full of care. Their job is to just report the news. That's it. Because if you get into your feelings, it's going to ruin your reporting. Because instead, you're going to be one-sided, feeling sorry when you don't even know what happened. I don't know this woman. I don't know this woman from anywhere. I don't know what she did, but I know one thing about her. I don't think that she's a good person. I don't think that she's a good person based off the videos that I listen to. She's very disrespectful, fam. If you listen to her videos, she's very disrespectful with her mouth. She sounds like she had a beef with her sister for a long time. You know? She sounds like her and her sister. She even said it herself. She said her and her sister fought all the time. So this is not nothing new. They've been fighting. My thing is, she said that the sister threw acid on her face. If that's the case, her lips would be burnt up. Everything will be burnt up. No. She didn't get acid thrown on her face. Somebody poured it on her head when she wasn't looking. I'm telling you, fam. I'm an expert in this field, bro. Somebody came up from behind her and poured it on her head from behind. I promise you, if this woman could ever be truthful and tell the story, she'll tell you. Yep, that's exactly what happened. Somebody came up from behind, poured it on my head, and that's how I got burned. But I can tell you, nobody did not walk up to this woman and just threw something in her face. They didn't do that. It makes no sense. The injuries is not consistent with the narrative she's spinning. You know? The whole top front of her head is gone. All messed up. That hair is never growing back. You know? Never. But the thing that I have an issue with is that why is it that when these things happen, People are recording with their cell phones still. You should be healing, not recording. How do you got time if your arms are burnt up, face is burnt up, head is burnt, you're in pain? How do you have time to be on a cell phone making video content? I don't get it. I mean, I'm not saying that if you're in the hospital and you're healing and you're hurt, that you can't have a phone. You know, you're in the hospital. I mean, you're bored. You know, could watch a movie. I mean, I ain't saying you can't do that. But who wants to listen? Come on now. You want people to see you messed up? It's the last thing you would want people to see, man. You end up scaring your audience away, man. You don't want them to see you looking like that, bro. But the way she was going on in the videos, it wasn't consistent with somebody that got acid thrown on them. Normally, people would be depressed. They wouldn't even want to be seen. But it was as if though she wanted you to see her like this so that you can give the money. That's what I saw. It was as if though she wanted you to feel sorry for her. Like I said, there's one particular video on her page. She's screaming at the top of her lungs in what is believed to be pain, and her mom is by her side. And I'm saying to myself, who's recording this? Who sits there and say, you know what? This will make great content. Why? Why would you be recording yourself, screaming in agony and pain, and the mom is talking to the daughter like, oh, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. I'm like, are y'all both doing this together? Because why are y'all recording it? It's sad, man. And people bought into it already. Like I says, just like with the brick lady, y'all gave her all y'all money. She took vacations, had a good old time. Y'all took black men, threw black men under the bus off of a lie. And I was the first one that covered the story and cracked the case before anybody on social media. I was the first. Telling you, man. I don't believe she's innocent. I believe that she did something to a woman. People in the comments were saying they believe it had something to do with a man and that a woman was beefing, whatever the case is, and they got some get back on her or whatever the case is. She tried to clarify by saying it wasn't about that. It wasn't about no, over a man or over some children thing. Like in other words, she hurt somebody's kids, so they got some get back at her. She said it had nothing to do with that. She said her sister did this to her simply because she was trying to get her sister a job. That's a lie. I don't know anybody that would want to pour acid on you because you were trying to help them get a job. That don't make sense. Especially a relative who is hooked on drugs. Why would they want to do that to you? You had to do something to somebody that was very, very bad, and they got you. I don't believe her story, y'all. I don't believe her story. I believe she's scamming the people. Again, even if the injuries are real, I don't believe the story as she put it. There's more to this story. But it's so sad, man, how social media have people ready to support Stuff like this. I can't even get people to click the like button. But a woman getting acid allegedly thrown on her is able to garner up $30,000. The world is backwards. The world is backwards, man. There's more to this story, fam. She probably did something to one of these women out here. And I keep telling you, women can be very vicious towards other women. Very, very, man. Some women will go after you in a way to disfigure you because they're jealous of you. This appears to be a jealousy situation. That's what I'm seeing. If she had acid thrown on her, this could be a situation where somebody could have been jealous and whatnot and did that, or she's staging the whole thing with makeup and all to get an easy bag because she know a lot of women are gullible. They believe anything you tell them. All they got to do is come on camera and be like, hey, everybody, I'm hurt. My head, I don't know, I'm sickly. I can't breathe. I can't talk. Cash apps, GoFundMes, PayPals is ringing. You know, it's crazy, but this is what's going on. Because she was showing everybody all the injuries and stuff. And I'm like, who does that? This stuff is nasty. Nobody don't want to see that. Nobody want to see your skin disfigured. That's not nothing you show. So I'm trying to figure out how is it that TikTok allow her to post this type of content? You know? You just can't come on social media posting that type of stuff. There are rules, man. And some things you just got to use your discretion. That's why I just used a still image and I blurred the image. I got to put the videos, but for what? I'm not going to post the videos because that violates YouTube's terms. I mean, there's certain ways around it. Like you could, I'm not saying you can't, but what I'm saying, it's within best practice not to post it. And if you were to, blur it all out. Because YouTube allow you to do certain things, but there are still certain rules that govern your actions. And sometimes you may have a right to post a video, but you might end up inadvertently breaking one of the rules and not know. This is why you gotta really move strategically when you do content, especially like this. That's why I prefer to just talk. You know? That's why I prefer to just talk about the situation rather than showing video of it. Because I don't believe the story. Not that I don't believe if she got acid thrown on her. There's a possibility it's true, and then it could be a skit. My thing is, why the sister is not arrested? How come she ain't show us who her sister is so we could know what to look out for? Or at least, so if her sister's on the run, we could help to get her sister arrested. None of that is out there. That's a red flag. You know? This is crazy, man. Why the sister's not arrested? Why the police is not involved? Did she report this to the police? Did the police come to the hospital to talk to her about who put the acid on her? How come she ain't do that? If the mother is at the hospital, what does the mother know about the daughter? Nobody shared no info yet. It's crazy. We supposed to know who the woman is. That's what she's supposed to be doing right now. She's supposed to be airing out her sister at this point. All bets are off the table. You're no longer my sister if you did this to me. There's no other way. There is no way a relative of mine can do something like this and we still cool. That's what some people were saying, that, Melissa. Some people were saying there's a possibility that she may have slept with somebody's man, or, you know, some sort of drama like that. I didn't want to go into all of that type of mess, you know, because it's a little messy. I more or less look at these topics from a logical perspective and weigh the evidence to see if it makes sense. It's not making sense. It's not making sense. Her injury is not making sense in comparison to the narrative she's putting out there. She said the sister, you know, threw acid in her face. The injuries is not consistent with a throw of acid. If that was the case, the acid would have got her whole face. It would have hit her everywhere. Her whole face would be burnt up, all on the front. It'll be all disfigured. Somebody came from behind her, poured it on her head. It dripped down because they poured it on her head, and when they did, it started to burn. She bent her head like this, which made it go down her nose bridge. And as she did that, she lifted up her arms to wipe her head like this. Think of everything in consistency with a human reaction. If I was into law enforcement or some sort of detective or anything like that, I already solved the case. I already solved the case. Because that is how you would react. Acid get thrown on your head. As soon as it's poured on you, you're already burning up. So it's burning you. They pouring it now. It's burning you up. It's going down your face. You bend your head down because you don't want it to get to your eyes. Get it? The next thing you do, your next reaction is you're going to take your arm. You're going to go like this. You see that? That's what you're going to do. You're going to go like that because you don't want it to burn you. You don't want it to be all in your eyes. So you're trying to keep the acid in your hair area. So she did that with her arms. That's why if you look at her GoFundMe, which I'm not going to post, you find it. You know, like I said, you find all of that stuff on your own. All you got to do is just look around. All you got to do is just type her sister destroyed her face on TikTok and you'll probably find it. I'm not going to show it here because I'm not going to jeopardize my platform just to show you some gruesome injuries. I'm not doing that mess. You know? So I believe there's a possibility she did something to somebody. They saw her probably standing outside. They came up from behind her, poured it on her head. It went down. She put her hand and she was just burning up. And the rest was history. That's what happened. But my thing is, why the sister still roaming the streets? Why the sister's not arrested? Come on now. She haven't posted nothing saying my sister got arrested. Nobody not even asking the question. Everybody just giving her money. And I'm like, yo, why are people so slow? People are just handing her money. Ringo, you're pocket watching. Listen, I warned y'all about the brick lady. I told y'all before the brick lady started a GoFundMe. I'm the one that said she's going to start a GoFundMe. Put a 1 in the chat if you remember my video. Put a 1 in the chat if you remember before the brick lady started a GoFundMe. Ringo TV publicly said she's going to start a GoFundMe and make a bunch of money. I said this before everyone. Before the brick lady even made a GoFundMe, I went live and I started talking about the story, and I said this story is fake. I said this woman is running a scam, and I put it all out there before everybody because I saw her MO. It didn't make sense. It wasn't consistent with the narrative she put out there. Listen, when you do detective work, when you do investigative reporting, right? You got to look at what is the story they gave you. What kind of story did they put out? Look at the story, the narrative that they put out. Okay, we got the narrative, we got the story. All right, now let's look at the crime scene. All right, this ain't adding up. That's not adding, it's not matching the narrative. What do you mean? But he died. No. The evidence is not matching. It's not matching. Something's wrong. There's some inconsistencies here. Because if this happened here, why in her story she ain't say this? Why she ain't say that? Why is this over here and that is over there? Like I said, I wish I could show you the video so I could break this thing down. But like I said, the video is too graphic and there's too much profanity in it. So I'm not going to show it. You have to watch that on your own time. Yeah, they'll say I'm pocket watching for, you know, like I'm hating on her GoFundMe. Like I'm trying to stop her from making money. She's hustling the people, if you ask me. Because no amount of GoFundMes is going to be able to pay all the medical bills if you really got burned, and they got to do they got to do surgeries. Those surgeries are going to cost you money. You know? So something is going on, man. She's not telling us what really happened. The sad thing is people feel sorry for her. Too easy. Y'all got to stop doing that, fam. Y'all got to stop feeling sorry for people so quickly. Y'all got to really stop that. Stop feeling sorry for people just because. Learn how to get the full story of what's going on first. Weigh the facts and see what's happening. It's like the situation in Brooklyn in Park Slope, you know, with the two twins that got stabbed. Everybody was feeling sorry for the twins because one died, one got stabbed up, and everybody feeling sorry for the twins. I don't feel sorry for them because at the end of the day, you know, you out at a club, you in the store at 2:30 in the morning, you out there with a bunch of other youth, and y'all out there flipping and screaming and making a bunch of noise. And then on top of that, to add insult to injury, they were arguing with these men in the streets. So a lot of threats were made. A lot of things were said. But being that it was women that got stabbed, social media sided with the women. And if you speak about this issue in terms of speaking against the woman, everybody get upset with you automatically. You know? Y'all gonna get upset because it's like women can do no wrong. So they got the guy turned himself in. We might do a video about that, follow-up, updated video. But he turned himself in with his attorney as if though he really needed an attorney. I mean, you're guilty. It's all on camera, right? So people are happy that he turned himself in. So he's done. His life is over. I think they're charging him in the first degree. So he's finished. He's gonna most likely possibly do life in prison, you know. But the thing is, people never gonna look at the women and say they did anything wrong. If you can recall, when we did our show about it, we got some more info that proved that this had a lot to do with Instagram. Something with Instagram where somebody, it has nothing to do with the dude coming in the store trying to holler at the women. That's a lie. We proved that in our video. This is why we're the best when it comes to the breakdowns. Nobody on YouTube does better reactionary content than Ringo TV Reactions. Nobody does better video work than me. Nobody. All these other content creators that does reaction videos, they watch me. They look at how I move, how I do my videos, and then they copy. That's all they do. Because if you really think about it, when you look at these other channels, they don't make sense. I'm able to break things down to the smallest molecule and make you think and be like, wow, I didn't think of it that way. You're making sense, bro. So that's my take on the situation, man. I don't believe her story. And when I say I don't believe her story, it's not that I don't believe if she really had acid thrown on her. She could have had the acid thrown on her. It could be a skit. I just don't believe the narrative that the sister threw the acid on her because she was just only trying to get her a job. I ain't believing that mess. Why would somebody want to do that to you? And why acid? That sounds like some revenge. That sounds like somebody's revenging themselves, like something was done and they tried to really destroy you, emotionally, to cause you to become depressed. It's like whoever did that, they wanted you to live disfigured so that you could just live in misery forever. That's what they wanted to do to you. So this was a personal issue. This attack that was done to her was not over her trying to help her sister to get a job. This was revenge out of pure jealousy, out of envy, or maybe she did something very cold to another woman, and that woman decided, you know what? I'm gonna hit you when it hurts. I'm gonna pour acid on you so you could be disfigured, so you could walk the earth. Every time you look in a mirror, all you're gonna see is your face, and it's gonna be reminded of what I did. I think that's what happened. You know? So something happened to her. I'm trying to figure out what kind of mild acid did this. Because when you think of acid and the kind of injury she's supposed to have, it's like, again, it's just not. In my training with chemicals, I'm telling you, man, something is not right about the story, y'all. I'm telling you. Something is not right about this story. We're going to keep you updated, but I'm telling you, something is not right. Acid? Nah. Listen, man. I know what acid can do to the skin. And the injuries are not consistent. It's not consistent with these chemicals. You know? There's a lot of things that you could get thrown on you that can burn your skin. A lot. There's a lot of chemicals that people can use against you as a weapon that will make you think somebody threw acid on you. You know? I'm not going to name the different ones, give you any ideas. You could even make it. You could even make acid. You know? I'm sure you got some chemist in here somewhere that probably could figure that out. I mean, you could do that by doing a simple Google search. But I don't believe the story. I think that she's hustling the people right now through GoFundMe, and she's playing on everybody's emotions to feel sorry for her, to feel pity for her. What got it for me was the video of her screaming while her mom was there. I think that that's a sick video. I don't think I downloaded it. I got to download the video just for my records. You know what? I might do a Patreon video with it. I might do a Patreon video with it. Yeah. I might do a quick Patreon video with it. And why didn't I think of that? I'll do that for the patrons. That way they can see it. So I'll do that. I'll do a Patreon video, pre-record it and upload it to Patreon. That way y'all can see whatever it is that I didn't show here. I'll do that for the Patreons. over there because I owe it to them. I have to upload content over there, and it's like I'm so busy. You know what I mean? So shout out to all the Patreons, fam. You know, salute to all the Patreons that, you know, rock with your boy, man. I'm going to try to get that video up. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do specifically for the Patreons, this is my word. Right after this stream, I'm going to literally go gather the evidence, gather the video clips, and I'm going to put together a special video just for the Patreons right after this video. All right? Let me see. Somebody said, I was locked up with a girl who microwaved baby oil. Listen, man, listen, there's so many ways. I don't want to say or give nobody no ideas, but I know how to do things. We're going to put it like that. The training that I got with chemicals and various other things, I could do somebody really dirty. My point in saying that is not to alarm no one. It's to make you understand that for someone to do this, for someone to pour what they believe is acid on somebody, you had to have done something to that person or someone they love to make them think of that action towards you. You had to do something. Yeah, that's real hate there. Yeah, there you go. There you go. You're cooking right there. That's exactly what it is. You gotta really hate someone. She said her sister did this to her. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. You gotta really hate someone to the core to do this. To do what she claimed was done to her cannot be done by someone who loves you. Yeah, jealousy plus envy equals hate. There you go. So there gotta be some sort of rivalry between her and her sister. And for all we know, maybe it's not no sister. Maybe one of her friends did this to her. Maybe a coworker did this to her. Maybe a business partner did this to her. Maybe somebody else did this to her, and she's making it seem like, oh, my sister did this to me, so it don't look bad. Even though it is bad, but the question everybody should be asking her is, why your sister's not locked up if she did this to you? There is nothing on her page that says, my sister is in prison, she got locked up, the cops got her. I ain't see nothing. You know? You got to do something horrible to a person in order for them to want to pour acid on you, fam. I don't think y'all realize this, man. Even the most wicked person would have mercy on you. You would have to have done something to somebody so bad. They said, you know what? I want to see you suffer. They got to have so much hatred in their heart to do this. I don't believe no sister did anything to her. I think it's a lie. That's my opinion. Based on what I'm seeing, I don't see it. And the video with her screaming in the hospital while her mom is next to her, bawling and wailing, is very disturbing. It's a very disturbing video. Why would you post that? Why would you post that on social media? Why? Why would you want everybody to hear you screaming and bawling in pain? And then you had time to record it and post it. Who does that? An opportunist, a person who want people to pity them. That's what it is. You know? So, hey, we're going to get on out of here, man. We're going to get up on out of here, do what we need to do. Dag, I was on for an hour and 14 minutes. I thought I was going to be, yo, that's crazy, man. Time be flying by, man. Time really be flying by, man. Let me shout out those that supported from the last streams we did. Let's see what we got. Dun, 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 dun. I'm not sure if I shouted out Caramel Kimmy Kim from the last. I'm not sure if I did, but I think that was from Friday. I think I did though. But anyway, I'll shout everybody out again. Shout out to Caramel Kimmy Kim for the support. Katina for the support. Black Honey. Shout out to Black Honey. Rollo. Kenneth. Kaya. I believe that's how you pronounce the name. Kaya, I believe the name is. Shout out to Kaya. Or Kia. I'm not. Wait, Key? Nah, I think it's Kaya. If it was Kia, it wouldn't be spelled like that. Shout out to Esther. Salute to Esther for the support. Salute to Esther for the support. Alron. Salute to Alron. Tyler. Joe. Salute to Joe for the support. Says Shalom, Ark. Great work. Appreciate the support, fam. You know what I mean? This is crazy, man. And if I'm correct, I'm not sure. I got to double check. I think this happened in Chicago. I think. I don't know for a fact. But I think this incident happened out in Chicago. Because her accent, she have like an accent that kind of let me assume. So I think it may have happened in Chicago. But the story at Kareem, is that Kareem? No, that's Karen or yeah, I think it's Karen, right? You're not telling me anything that I don't know already. You're telling me that the sister had a bad drug problem. See, this is the problem. The problem is you're believing the narrative that she told you. You're not telling me nothing new. I'm the one explaining the story. Maybe you just walked in. I got all her videos. I watched all the videos. She's telling you her narrative of what happened. I don't believe it. It's not consistent with the story. The sister is not in prison right now. There's no talks of the sister getting arrested. If the sister has a bad drug problem, why would she be trying to get her sister a job? Does that make sense? Have you ever tried to get somebody a job that have a bad drug problem? Could some intelligent person actually answer that question for me? You don't help a person with a bad drug problem by getting them a job. All that does, it finance their drug problem. It will amplify their drug problem. If someone has a drug problem, you get them into rehab, right? She didn't do that. She said she was trying to get her sister a job and her sister threw acid on her. That is not making any sense. That's the story she want you to know. It's not true. I don't believe her story. I think her story is made up in order for her to cash in through GoFundMe, because this is what a lot of people do. They're always scamming people. And it's always me who have to tell you guys this. And then when it comes out that it's a scam, then everybody gonna be over here apologizing. It's crazy. So Ringo, are you saying that her whole story is fake? Maybe you should just watch the video, because I answered all these questions. We're examining a story. You could go find her video. It ain't that hard to find. My point is, she's exploiting her situation for cash. And she's addicted to social media. Any person that have had acid poured on them or thrown in their face and they're injured should not be making TikTok videos. No, you're supposed to be getting yourself together. You're not supposed to be making TikTok videos, entertaining people. So she's going to get an easy payday, and she's going to be able to walk away from this situation. And you may never hear the real story, but I can guarantee you, based off of my investigative reporting skills, somebody came from behind her and poured some sort of agent on her head. And in the process of the agent flowing and burning the top of her head, it went down and went to the bridge of her nose. It didn't go down to the eyes. It went down to the bridge of her nose. She bent her head like this, which is consistent with such a situation. She bent her head down, picked up her arm like this to rub, which then caused the arms to get burned. That's what happened. That's what she did. Somebody came and blindsided her from behind and poured that on her. Nobody walked up in front of her and said, and threw it in her face. Nope. She'll have burn marks everywhere. Her whole face would have been disfigured. You know? And somebody could have just threw burning, boiling baby oil on her too. There's so many different things people could do. She could tell you acid and you'll believe it. The injuries is not consistent with acid. You know what acid. Listen. I'm trying to be cool. I'm not really trying to go off. But if somebody poured acid fam, you'll be done. You'll be all gone, bro. You'll be messed up. The injuries are just too severe. Her injuries is consistent with someone. Listen, this type of stuff can even happen with boiling water. Boiling water can produce these kind of injuries. But now if somebody boiled some oil, woo, man. That stuff will burn you so bad that even if you manage to even if somebody try to cool you off, you still burning. That stuff it just keeps burning, man. Melt your skin right off, clean. Shout out to Saul for the support via the super chat. Appreciate you. It says you had supported twice. I may have not seen the other one, my bad. I'm still trying to figure out, how do you thumb up people's posts? So like how he gave a super chat. I'm trying to figure out, how are y'all able to thumb up? Or maybe it's something you can only do on the app. I don't know how you do that. You say you just got an ad for skin lotion? I don't know. Maybe you need some lotion, fam. You know, sometimes you never know, man. It's better than getting an ad for some acid. You know? Now, if you got an ad for some acid, man, I would get nervous, man. At least you got skin lotion. You know? But then again, I get your point, because it's like it deals with the skin. So it's like her skin got burned and now you got ads for lotion. Like, in other words, take care of your skin. That's crazy, man, right there. Yeah, it could have been some baby oil. Somebody could have probably took baby oil, microwaved the baby oil, and poured it on her head. Could have did that. There's a lot of ways you can do some damage to people, man. That's what I'm saying. This a lot of people can do some evil, man. There's some evil people in this world, man. Very, very wicked people. Yeah, I remember that at Saul. Salute for the support. He says chicks used to do the acid thing in the 80s against light-skinned chicks. Yeah. They used to do that a lot. There's a lot of jealousy. That's what I'm saying. Whoever did this to this woman, right? And again, I don't feel sorry for her one bit. Again, if you watch her videos, if you look at the story and you look at what's happening here, I know she did something to somebody. And they got some get back. They did something back to her, right? So I'm not one of these emotional people that just feel sorry for people. I don't do that. You know, I don't play those type of feeling sorry for people games. You know? Let me see. I was just about to do something and I forgot. What in the world was I just about to do? I think I was about to say something that if people resort to taking acid and throwing it on you, first of all, the person envying, they're jealous of you. They always hated you with a passion, and their hope is for you to be disfigured so that you can never be pretty, so that you can never look good, so that it could ruin your Instagram, your social medias. They really want to take you out, but they don't want to kill you. They want you to be alive and suffer. So this comes from deep hatred. We're talking about deep rooted evil. Get what I'm saying? So for her sister to do this to her, I'm not surprised, because she said her and her sister fight all the time. But where would her sister get acid from? It ain't like people have acid in their house, just kind of laying around. You know? And salute to everybody that's joining in the show. I see Kalita. To hello, Ringo, everyone. Salute to everybody that come in the show saying hello. I'm pretty sure a lot of people said that already. And obviously I missed those comments. Yeah, her sister is her enemy. We might have to do some more videos where we could talk about how family is actually your enemy. And you need to be very careful with family. Family and friends are actually your greatest enemies, man. But mainly your family. A lot of family members that you think is really cool with you, they're not really cool, man. They're not. They want to see you die. They really want to see you die. On the video, she was saying that the acid nearly hit her child and all this other stuff. Man, I don't believe it, man. I don't believe the story. I think she's lying about some things and she don't want nobody to know. You know? That's why you got to really watch who's around you and not really keep company with a lot of people. We're going to have to start to talk about that in more videos to get people to learn how to move solo, learn how to like just be by yourself, man. Not like in isolation, like you're just a monk or whatever, but you got to learn how to keep your distance from people and just kind of be at peace. Learn how to discover yourself and stop having everybody around you being too comfortable with everybody. Because a lot of times people be plotting what they want to do to you and they don't want to get in trouble. They don't want to get caught and they don't want you to know that they did it to you. So they're plotting on ways of how they could go about doing the dirt that they want. So when you have people around you too much, it gives them time to figure you out. A lot of people don't know how you are. So, you know, we're going to save all of that for another video, but it's something you really need to know. So we're going to get up on out of here and do what we need to do. Shout out to Stacy for the Cash App support. Shout out to Stacy. I actually knew somebody in Stacy. I actually went to school with a sister named Stacy. Let me see. Yeah, so we're going to do another stream. Still early. We're going to do another stream. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and make a video about this, like a short form video about this situation. And I'm going to post it on my Patreon for the patrons so they could get some content over there. Right? Like I said, I'm gonna post a video on my Patreon. See, the thing about when you post content on Patreon, it's like nobody really interacts over there. That's the only thing about Patreon that I don't really like, is that nobody really interacts, man. It's like, it'd be boring, man. It's like people, they sign up, they'll watch my content, but they don't interact with nothing. It's like they just come over there and like just kind of watch in the shadows. They don't say what up. They don't comment. It's like, and I don't know. It's like there's no interaction. So, I mean, I appreciate people supporting the Patreon, but it'd be so inactive that when you post a video, like let's say, for example, if I go do a reaction to the actual footage, nobody's really watching the videos. But like, I don't even know who's watching it because nobody never really comment. So I don't know who's watching the video. I know it's not like how it is on YouTube when people come over here, they watch the videos, but it almost feels like when you post on Patreon, you're missing out the opportunity of those videos really reaching people because only your Patreons are seeing that video, which is okay because it's exclusive for them. So I get it. But there's a lot of videos that I have that I could have had on YouTube, but because YouTube have various rules and, you know, they're very sketchy about their rules, there's certain things you can't do. And some of my older content was too explicit, like for YouTube, too explicit. not just profanity wise, but the way I used to do my content before YouTube beefed up their rules. It was too hardcore to be on YouTube. People get offended real quick because the truth is just so real. Like, let me tell you something. If I could talk the way I want to talk, I'm talking about 100% free with no worries about how, whatever, I would be a dangerous man on YouTube. I would be a dangerous man. Because the things that I would say and the way I would say things, it'll piss everybody off. All you ladies would hate me. All you brothers would hate me. You'll hate me with a passion. Because the way I want to speak my truth is too explicit, because I want to be real. And the things that I want to say, it's like they have so many restrictions, you can't even speak. This is why I keep saying that in America, there's really no such thing as freedom of speech. That's a joke. There is no such thing as freedom of speech in America. Everything has restrictions. Everything. You can't just say what you want to say. You know? And being that we have a sensitive generation of people, you know, if you try to say anything, everybody just get offended. I'm upset. He hurt my feelings. Well, why are you watching my videos? Why are you watching my videos if you don't like what I say? I mean, you wouldn't see me in a gay bar. You would never see me in a gay bar. You know why? I'm not interested. So why complain about something you're not interested in? Well, I don't like what you said. Well, why? Solution. Stop listening to me. Because I'm not changing for you. And a lot of times viewers be wanting that. Viewers be trying to change the content creator into what they want him to do. I don't do that. A lot of other content creators, they do that because they kiss ASS. I don't do that. I like being me. I really like being me and being who I am and staying true to myself rather than being fake like everybody else. You know? So we're going to come back with another one. But first, I'm going to take a little break, and then I'm going to work on that video for the patrons. So if you're a patron on my Patreon site, I got the video that I'm doing here. This one, the footage that I didn't show, I'm going to put that on over on the Patreon and play the video and like do a quick breakdown of what's going on. I'm not going to go into a full breakdown because I already did this video. You get what I mean? So I'm not going to I'm not making a long-winded video. I'm not doing that. I already did the breakdown here. I remember everything. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some things that I couldn't show in this video over there. So that being said, y'all take care. We'll be back later on with more content. Shout out to, I think it's Joanne, I believe the name is Joanne, for the support. Appreciate you. Says hello, Ringo. Yo, fam. Why is it that plane tickets, man, are so expensive during this time, bro? You know, was supposed to take a trip. My wife and I were supposed to go take a trip to another state, check out some things. And the price of the tickets normally be like $1 and change. They want like $700, man. That's crazy. They said it's because of the Easter time. Like the Easter time, like it's the airlines are really crazy around this time. So I'm gonna have to wait till like everything cool down, like, because it's too crazy. And when you look at the chart, for the prices, it literally tells you like the prices start to wean down like in the middle of April. It start weaning down. I'm like, yo, the airlines is wild, man. Like, y'all really charging people $700, man, to just go to another state that's right over there that's like a couple of hours. Yo, y'all tripping, man. They bugging, man. That's crazy. Because the regular price, I could go back and forth like about 4 times. We could go back and forth to that other state 4 different times for the price of one set of tickets. Because we were supposed to head on out and do what we got to do. And now it's like this thing is setting me back because I got the $700 to go. But why would I spend $700 just to go over there? That makes sense? That's a lot of money, man. That's like taking a trip to some fancy place, man. Like you going to Paris or something, I don't know. $700 for it. Gotta be kidding me, man. No hotel. I didn't check all of that. They just said for the tickets. They just said for the tickets. Not even talking about hotel stuff. But I'm figuring if the price of the tickets is crazy, then hotels might be crazy. Car rentals might be crazy. Now, based on what I'm hearing, the car rentals is not going to be like that. Like it's pretty much basic. The car rentals, you don't have to worry about that. It's pretty much the same prices that it would be. But it's like, this is wild, man. What am I going to do with an RV? What am I going to do with an RV, fam? What you miss a whole lot. That's what you miss. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the prices to go down and then do what we gotta do, man. Don't you hate when you buy a pair of shoes and like you buy your correct size and whatnot, and then when you get the shoes and it's like it's too small? Don't you hate that? I mean, it's not for me, it's for my wife, you know what I mean? Like, you know, did a little shopping and whatnot. Bought her some shoes and whatnot. And the thing is, I bought her more than one. Bought the correct size, everything is cool. Get the shoes and whatnot. The shoes are too small now. Hate this, man. So being that I don't want to miss out on, and what's crazy about it is I don't want to go through the process of having to pack them back up, ship them back, and wait for them to send out a replacement of the correct size. I don't like going through that. So I'm the type that would reorder the whole shoe again. You know? Because I want to secure it in case, you know how it is, you buy something, next minute you waiting, and then the company send you an email saying, oh, the shoe's sold out. So I'm saying to myself, if the shoe size is too small, but it's the correct size, now she got to go buy a whole size up. So I'm like, what do other women wear? Like, none of y'all could be able to fit these shoes. This is crazy, man. You know? Because she bought a size 9, but the 9 fit like an 8. But the shoe run goes up to size 11. So that means she would have to buy a size 10, but she really wear a 9 in women. So it's like, what do women wear? What? I don't get it. I hate that, man, because I don't even like shipping the shoes back. I don't even like doing that. Seriously, I don't like going through all of that mess, man. I like to buy stuff and it get delivered and I can just do what I need to do. Like when it comes to buying stuff for myself, I made mistakes in the past. But now I know myself enough to know how to buy what I need to buy. Right? Matter of fact, I had recently made a mistake. I don't know why I'm sharing all my business for. But I guess it's therapeutic. But like, I wear size 11 and a half, right? But I also wear size 12, depending on the shoe. So I had bought some Timberlands. So I bought them all size 11 and a half, right? But the 11 and a half it's too much. Like, pause just in case.
What you talking about, Willie?
Got to make sure I correct everything now. So the 11 and a half Timberland boots fit like a size 12 and a half. So the size that I'm supposed to wear in Timberland boots is size 11. That would be my correct size in Timberland boots. It's weird. Timberland boots are cut in a different way. You got to size down when you buy Timberland boots, at least for me. You know? It's like in Nike Dunk shoes. There was one point where I was buying size 12, but those are too large in size 12. 11 and a half is perfect. That's what I'm saying. I got to keep switching between size 12, size 11 and a half. It's really crazy, man. You know how many different shoes I bought that I just don't wear because I bought the wrong size? Seriously. I got to make sure that I have everything for the trip because I'm hearing that you can only carry a certain kind of battery on the plane. Cause I never carried no SLR cameras with batteries and stuff like that, but I'm hearing it can't be more than, they say you can't, it got to be below 99 watts or something along them lines. But based on my research, it got to be under 160. You can have two battery packs for your SLR cameras, the large battery packs that you would put on it. I only need one because I want to be shooting a lot of video when I get out there. Yeah, you can't have them. You know, with all this lithium battery thing, they're just scared about everything. It's just a bunch of BS. It's just a bunch of BS at the end of the day. Only in America, man. America is just like very scared of everything. Like V-mount batteries is what I'm talking about. Like, for example, this battery here, I'm going to get this battery, right? Let me get that. Small rig, let me see. I'm looking for the battery. It's by Small Rig. I don't see the one that I wanted, but this is the battery that I'm gonna buy here. This one. But this is not the Pro. Wait, is this the Pro? I don't think this is the Pro one, but it's the, I don't know if this is the Pro model, but it's the V99, whatever the case is. But it's supposed to be the Pro one. That's the one that I'm gonna buy. 99 watt. That one you can get on the plane with and just keep it on your carry-on bag and whatnot with your camera. Because what some of these people will do is, like, if they check in, they'll want you to power on your camera with your battery to see if it works. Because sometimes you might have a bomb on you, if that makes sense. You might have a bomb, so they're very sketchy of stuff like that. So they might ask you a question like, see if it works and stuff. I don't think that's the battery that I was getting. I think it's the Pro model. Look like it's the Pro model though. The one that I want is a little more, it'll last you all day. Let me see if I can find it. Because I'm building my cinema rig that I'm going to be using. And I want it to be like a, not too complicated of a camera system. I want it to be like a minimal type of rig that, because remember, buying all of these separate parts and pieces, it doesn't mean, oh yeah, that was not, the battery that I showed you was not the battery that I was buying. So scratch that one out. This is the one here. I'm buying these two batteries for my setup. Let me get this on the screen. Here we go. These two right here. This one, the Small Rig V55. That one you could get on the plane with. The 155 watt, that one you could get on the plane with. A lot of people think you can't. You can, but you can only carry 2 of those batteries. Only 2 of them. That's it. That's the limit. If you have the V99, VB99 Pro, you could carry multiple of those because it's under 99. So you can carry that, multiple of those batteries. But the one on the top, this one, you can only have 2. It gotta be under 160 watts. If it's anything over that, they'll take your battery. Or you could just not take the flight and be like, well, I'm going home. But now if you're coming from, like, cause you have people that go fly out other places and they buy things and they try to bring them on board a plane, and you can't get on board with it. They'll be like, you ain't taking it. And they take your stuff, man. Or you could probably figure out how to get it shipped to your house or whatever the case is. It's very, very, you have to know how to pack, man, because you don't want no issues with traveling, man. I just want to make sure that I can bring my batteries with me because I don't want no issues. I want to be able to do my work because if I'm moving around, I want to be able to get content. I want to be able to get some real good content because the way I'm going to be doing my content is going to be totally different. Once I get this rig set up, I'm going to go back to the basics of how I used to do my videos. And I had so much fun because the camera was my best friend. And I'm so accustomed to doing the live shows with the cameras in front of me. It's one thing, but doing them on the fly with a rig and you're able to go outside and move around, you can just literally capture anything you want. And it's going to look dope because it's on a cinema camera. So it's going to look like a movie everywhere you go. You know? I'm not going to have no shotgun microphone connected to my camera setup, even though the Sony FX3 has the XLR inputs and stuff that you could set up. I'm not going to really use it. I'm going to use the wireless mics so that I'm able to connect that to the rig and have a separate mic on the subject, which is myself or whoever else I'm working with. To me, that's a better approach to sound because even if you have a shotgun microphone in studio, it'll sound great. But when you're out in the field, these microphones totally change. And sometimes it picks up unwanted sound. And a lot of people don't really know how to use a shotgun microphone. The shotgun microphone it's basically in the name. It needs to be pointed to the subject. So if it's not pointed to the subject, the sound is going to be bad. The sound is going to be horrible. This is why when they're doing movies, they normally have the person that holds the microphone and they'll have it like on a boom arm and they'll be like, following the subject around. They keep the microphone as close as possible to get that crispy, clear sound. They can't walk around with lavalier mics on there. Can't do that when you're filming a movie, Oh, I'm gonna be doing a lot of outside content. I just want the rig to look, a minimalist type rig, camera rig, not too flashy, even though it's gonna look flashy, but I want it to be able to film and just shoot and do what I need to do. I don't want to be carrying around a bunch of junk that I don't need. The goal is to just get video footage and some good sound quality. And even if I don't get good quality sound, I'll have a way of having a mic or something connected. If sound is what I'm looking for, I can always get that through other means. And you could always switch up. You don't always have to have one setup. You can, with a camera rig, you could set it up with a shotgun mic, or you could set it up without it. It all depends on what the shoot is calling for. So, what else? I think that's about it, right? Yeah. So I'm going to go take a break and I'm going to try to get that video over on Patreon. I have to make sure I hold myself to that because sometimes, definitely the DJI 2, the newer model, the newer model microphones that they got, the newer model, the double mics with the transmitter. I'm going to have that. That's what I'm going to get. That microphone setup to use with my FX3 to me is the best for what I'm going to be using it for. Right? Now, there's other ways you could get audio, because audio is one of the most important things you can have on anything. Even when it comes to social media, YouTube, whatever the case is, your audio is very important. Listen, audio before video. If your audio is not good, nobody's going to listen to you. Your audio got to be good. Everything got to sound right. And then you can start working on the video. I just want to upload 4K video. That's what I want to do. I want to get into my 4K production and focus on real content that I'm producing with my camera. I don't just want to be doing videos where I'm just reacting to different videos and just reaction videos all day. I want to do actual content that I'm making with my own camera. You get it? That's what I want to be doing. You know? Where you could literally go out with your camera, have it on you, and talk and actually start filming and looking around and doing things and communicating. And to me, it's like, it's nice. That's like you pull up in Times Square with a cinema rig and you start filming. Everybody want to be on camera. Everybody gonna want to be on camera. You might get some interviews. You might get some people to come on camera and communicate. There's so many different things you can have done because there's so much action going on. You know? And that's only in Times Square. New York is really boring, just in case you want to know. Anybody that's not from New York is boring. There's nothing in New York. Once I leave from here, the only thing I'm missing is Central Park, Prospect Park, the Brooklyn Bridge, and the Manhattan Bridge, and the Williamsburg Bridge. That's the only thing I'm gonna miss. There's nothing really out here that I would miss. There's nothing here. You know? You said, and the migrants? I don't see them to miss them, but, you know, I don't be where the migrants be. But I'm talking about miss as in I need it or like these particular things. Like, I like Central Park because I can go there, ride a bike, ride a scooter, and I free my mind from the world when I go to these places. The Prospect Park, I could go there and just have my music playing and vibe and be in my own zone. Sometimes I got to do that. Sometimes you got to do things like go to the park, have your tunes in your ear, your music, and just vibe, be by yourself. I'm not there to talk to nobody. Don't say nothing to me. I'm trying to get my mind right and just do your own thing. You know, it's really good for you. You know? Now, one thing about New York is that what you see is what you're going to get. In other words, New York is real, which means you ain't going to get nothing fake. Now, you got fake people, but typically in New York, what you see is what you get. So if a person is acting a certain way, that's them. That's how they are. So it's very easy to know who's who and who you want to hang around, who you know you don't supposed to be hanging around. You know? I respect everybody now. At the same time, there's certain people I just don't hang around. But I respect everybody. That is how it is in New York. You have to know how to respect other people. I don't know how it is everywhere else. But in New York, it doesn't matter where you go. It doesn't matter what hood you go to, what block you go to, what street, what area, what borough you from. Respect is the same everywhere. If you respect everybody, they'll respect you. When you disrespect people, you open up Pandora's box. There's no other way for me to put it. When I see people saying, oh, I'm scared to go to this neighborhood, or I'm scared to go around. What are you scared for? Scared of what? Nobody bothering you, bro. Nobody gonna do nothing to you. I promise you. If you are the kind of person that you don't walk around with no fear, you respect people, you understand the politics and the language of the streets, you're not plotting on nobody, nobody bothering you. You could go through the most so-and-so violent or crazy hood and walk through. Nobody's bothering you. The most gangster street dude is not worrying about you, fam. He not worried about you. He trying to figure out how to get some money. As soon as he look at you, he's like, if he smell fear, okay, now we gonna come get you. Fear is what the streets smell. Fear. If you walk around scary all day, then of course, then you inviting things your way. But if you from the streets know the streets. You can have a dude who will pull up on you. Hey, yo, bro, so and so and so. Your antennas is already up. You already don't know what he doing. He can't pull that on me because I know what's going on. So the way I communicate, I'm gonna make him understand, bro, I'm from the streets just like you. And once he start hearing my language and my tone, he already know what it is. He already know what it is. Oh yeah, he from the area. He gonna fall back because he already know. He sound like he from the same area. You could tell who's from your area by the way they talk, how they move. Nobody ain't bothering nobody. What causes issues in the streets is disrespect. That's all it is. Disrespect. That's it. Told you already. Listen, nobody got no time for no drama, man. People trying to make money. So the only way something can really pop off in these streets, you disrespected somebody. That's the only way. And if you did disrespect somebody, you gotta clean that up quick. That's another rule. If you disrespected somebody in the streets, anywhere, you gotta clean that up right there, right on the spot. Don't wait. Don't wait. Oh, yo, pardon me, bro. My bad. Damn. That's all. That's all you had to do, bro. I ain't apologizing. See, that's where you messed up. Because all you had to do was say, my bad, bro. Damn, I ain't even see you walking through the door, fam. Nah, you good, bro. You good. You know why? You showed respect. You acknowledged you were wrong. My bad, bro. I didn't even see you walk in the door, fam. Damn, I ain't see your daughter coming in. My bad. But now if you on some old, I don't gotta say nothing. That's the dude's daughter, bro. You almost hit her down, bro. You ain't gonna acknowledge what you just did? You just gonna walk past dude and his kid? All you had to do is just acknowledge you wrong, bro. That's all you had to do. You probably scared his daughter, bro. Dude didn't even want no issues with you. You made it go there by being disrespectful. You nearly knocked down his kid. All you had to say, my bad, bro. Yo, my bad, bro. I didn't even see you with your daughter coming in, man. She good? I ain't even mean to do that, bro. That's my word, bro. Now you good, fam. She good. She good. She all right? Yo, my bad again, fam. It's all good, man. Y'all have a great night, man. That's it. Keep it moving. That's called respect. You have to humble yourself now. Humble yourself, recognize, even if you didn't intend it on doing that, it's still a fault. You got to just own up to it. That's all. But some people, man, they be too prideful. They can't even do that. You should have never been by the door. Your daughter should have never been by the door. Some people do that. Yo, bro, you almost knocked down my door. Yo, your daughter should have never been by the door.
Details at 10. Man gets shot in the head in Brooklyn. Police are investigating the circumstances. We're trying to figure out exactly what happened. Wait, we have information coming in at the news desk. Stacy, could you tell me exactly what's going on?
Yes, Bill. In Brooklyn tonight, a young man, he got shot in the head because he apparently was coming out of a building, attempted to open the door, and a young girl fell.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Stacy just reported the news straight out of Brooklyn. A young man in the ghetto got shot in the head, and now he is dead.
That's how it be. Next minute, they're on talk shows. You see the talk shows. Hey, John, what about that story that happened in Brooklyn?
You're talking about the story with the guy in the projects that got killed?
Yeah, the story with the guy. All he had to do was just say, my bad. It amazes me how people are so prideful they can't even acknowledge when they're wrong. It's amazing. That's why if I'm wrong, I acknowledge that quick because I don't need no drama. And it's not about being scared. I'm just concerned with me going to prison. Because I know what I'm going to do to you. I know what I'm going to do to you. And I don't want to do that to you. You get what I'm saying? It's not about being scared. I just know the cops is going to lock me up. I'm the one that's going to jail. So I try to stay cool. Because I don't got no time to be going back and forth with some knucklehead out here. Real talk. I don't got no time. So I just try to be cool. I was looking at the Sennheiser microphone, the shotgun microphone. I think it's the 60 something. I'm not sure if something 60. I was looking at that shotgun microphone. They said that's probably one of the better ones to get. I might get that, but I'm trying to see what purpose would I have that for. To me, that microphone is only good to me if you're doing like, I guess, documentaries where you're documenting like a car accident, a fire, some sort of police altercations or whatever cases, like doing some real investigative reporting in the streets, similar to some of these YouTubers that be out in the field doing work and the news media normally get their footage. There's a couple of content creators that do that kind of work. So I might look into that particular microphone. I actually have that microphone in my cart, I believe. It should be in my cart because I know I was looking at it. Wait, was I? The Rode mic is in my cart. Oh yeah, the Sennheiser is in the 600. It's in my cart. That's crazy. It's actually in my cart right now because I was looking at this microphone as well. So it's interesting that you brought that up because I was actually looking at that microphone Let me see. Because I have to get some stuff from B&H, you know. So that microphone there, the Sennheiser MKE 600 shotgun microphone, that's also on my radar as well. So I'm going to look into that one too. But I'm going to go with the DJI microphones. I'm going to most likely pick up both because it's kind of best of the both worlds to have. It's actually good to have. I just like to have the DJI microphones because you can connect them to the camera and you can have them on another subject and you can put the microphone as close to where the audio is going to be. So to me, that's a plus, especially when doing like in-field work or you're interviewing someone, or even if you're getting creative with your work. You could do like creative work with these microphones by placing them near certain sound sources to really pick up the action. And you could record into those devices as well. What else? So that's about it. That's about it. I'm gonna go do what I gotta do. Yeah. Man, I've been on 2 hours and 16 minutes. It's crazy, man. 2 hours and 16 minutes. That's wow. All right, y'all. We'll catch y'all later on more. I'm gonna go take care of business, do what I gotta do. Let me see. You had women getting upset with me because of the remix song that I made. Now You're a Single Mom. I mean, the lyrics belong to that other dude. I just made the beat. The beat is mine. You know what I'm saying? That's my original work. I just remixed it to make it sound better because the original beat that he was using on he's using somebody else's material. You know what I mean? And to me, when you're doing music, even if it's like a remix or some sort of thing that he did with, I'm not sure if it's Doja Cat or some sort of other singer, that's their material. So to me, that's not really good to do because it's like, if you're going to do something, you want to have your original beat. Now, you could do like you could do covers, you could do remixes, but you can't really be out there trying to earn money off of with somebody else's material. You get in some hot water with that. So I listened to it and I was like, you know what? Let me go make my own original track, you know, and make it sound better and put my own spin to it. That's all it is, to get the message out there. At first I had tagged his name into the video, but you know, again, on social media, it's very difficult to. Social media is a very interesting place. You can do a remix and it be dope, and sometimes people are not really happy because. And you would have to be a content creator to understand what I'm saying. But a lot of times people are never really happy because it's almost like you did it better. And even though you are creative, it's like they don't really see it as something good because sometimes people want all the attention. And I think that's one of the most dangerous things about Black people in general is that we don't know how to salute nobody. And I'm always saluting people, but I'm not doing that no more. I'm not doing that no more. That's why I removed the tag. I put the credits because credits is credits. I got to put credits. But sometimes people miss out on their blessing because if you're an artist and a producer does a remix and make a dope track, and you see that, and you don't know how to react, You missed out. You missed out. Sometimes I test the waters to see how people move, see where they at, and I can kind of sense how people moving. Because again, if the message is about single moms, right? He's not the first to say that. He just made a song. Brother's been saying this. You get what I mean? So if the message is about getting the message out there, let's focus on the message, not get into competitive jealousy. It's crazy, man. So it was Doja Cat, right? Yeah, that's Doja Cat's original beat. That's why when I first heard it, first of all, the only thing I really like, this is me personally, the only thing I really like about the song is not the lyrics, the chorus. That's it. That's what I like. That's the part that's catchy. The lyrics can be reorganized. The lyrics can be restructured and put in a way where it can be better. Like as a producer, I know how to do that. This is why when you look at the likes of Snoop Dogg and you look at 50 Cent, if you listen to these guys, when they talk about how Dr. Dre worked in the studio, he's a perfectionist. And he knows how to take something that they've done and make it better. That's what a producer does. So anybody that listens to that, they're going to like the chorus. That's what they're going to like. So what I did is I made a beat around the lyrics to make it sound better. If you go listen to the Doja Cat version, and then you come back and you listen to my version sound way better than that Doja Cat version. That's a fact. Not only that, I made a video for it. I made a video for it before anyone. Now, I'm pretty sure dude is probably going to try to work on a video, but I did it first. Made an original beat, an original video, and I had a theme. Because if you watch the video, the dude that got the mask, that's Pookie and Ray Ray, who is a villain. And all of those women that were pregnant, they all got pregnant by the man with the mask. But none of them are married. None of them settling down. All of them made nothing but bad decisions. So I got a message across even better. I furthered the message. So now, what brings into question is motive. With the guy that wrote the song, is his motive and intent is to get rich, or is it to really help women overcome their issues? Is he trying to bring a message of answers to provide, to help the women, to help the men so that we can become better people? Or is it to just become popular, blow up, have a hit song, and then it fade down? That's what I look at. I look at motive. I look at what is your purpose? Because something could be dope, but if your intentions is just to mock the women, or it's like your intentions is not good, then it's not going to be received properly, because it got to be packaged the correct way. So if your overall message is, hey, I'm trying to bring awareness to the fact that single mothers are making bad decisions, well, you're going to have to come talk to us brothers in the space. You're going to have to go, you're going to have to come talk to me. You're going to have to talk to other brothers in the space who've been speaking on the single mothers for years and years and years. Guys that been paved the way, guys that been talking about these issues. Great anthem. But again, as a man, this is why on social media, it is a sad thing that I got to even address these kind of things. If you're a man and you're in these social media streets and you do something and other brothers get inspired to do other creative things, you got to know how to pick up on that energy and learn how to work towards the goal of building. And I think that as men, we fail so much in this field because we really don't want to reach the people. We just want to be famous. That's one of the biggest problems. You know? We just want to be popular. Now, that doesn't mean I agree with dude that made the lyrics. That doesn't mean I agree with him because I seen dude in a video with a wig on acting like a woman. I'm just being honest with you. I don't respect that. I seen dude in a video putting on a wig, and once I saw that, I was like, nah. I ain't with that. You gonna be about business, about man business, be about man business. Don't be putting on no wig, fam. That's not how we move. Even if you're doing a skit, you make a woman put that on and you let a woman act out a woman's role. A man is not supposed to be putting on a wig and doing that and then have a single mom song. That's where you start losing it and you start treading on them territory of all these other comedians and all these people trying to make people laugh. But it's not a funny matter because if a man putting on a wig, it dishonors him. You know what I mean? You're dishonoring yourself as a man. And brothers can't take that serious. We're not going to take that serious. Because I didn't even know. I saw a video, you know what I mean? And I'm like, what is this mess? I'm like, hold on, it's the same dude? What he put on a wig for, bro? So I'm like, I don't know, man. Like I said, the beat that I created for that song will bang. The bass is heavy. The bottom end is heavy. The drums are clapping. It makes the song pop. It makes the song snap. It makes the lyrics stand out. If you go listen to the Doja Cat version, you can't even hear the man's voice. You can't hear his voice. I made you hear his voice. Some of y'all didn't even understand what he was saying. But it's interesting, with my video, it didn't get no views at all. You gotta laugh at this kind of stuff, man. You really gotta laugh at this type of madness, fam. It's amazing. You could put all that energy. That's why y'all didn't see me release no content other than that. You know why? Because I was producing the beat. I was producing the beat and the video. You would think a video like that would already have 50,000 views, but no. Every song that I release as a song is my original music. All right? Only my intro music that I use for the intro, that's not mine. That's another guy. That's paid music that you can use for your YouTube videos from Epidemic Sound. But people haven't seen nothing when it comes to the music. Like I said, once I get out of New York and I set up the studio and do what I got to do, I'm turning up on the music stuff. I could do that all right now, but it's just too much things that I got to do. And I'm not comfortable in New York. I got to get out of New York. You know? New York is dry, 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 dry. I don't like New York. I really don't. It's just time to go. That's the thing that I don't like about social media is that it's so much competitive jealousy and so much hate is that, I mean, if I did a song and somebody did a remix or whatever the case is, I'm going to salute the person. I'm going to reach out, be like, yo, fam, that was dope, bro. I ain't going to hold you, yo. You really did your thing, man. You know? But it's like when people see things in social media, they don't salute you. They don't even get happy. They almost get offended. It's like they'll get offended like bro, you took what I did and it's like you made it your own. What? Fam, I did a remix. That's all it is, man. A remix. That's basic. I can make a remix out of anybody's song. That's easy for me to do. I'm a music producer. You know? No, we could never really get along. That's the problem. Not saying that we can't, but our people as a whole are unable to work or build with one another. It's not in them to do that. They can't really do that. They don't know what it means to build. You know? And I'm the type of person that when I do certain things, I give people the opportunity to respond or reach out because the opportunity and the gate and the door is there. So it's like I kind of wait and kind of sit back. But when the person is not moving, I'm like, okay, let me leave that person alone. You see how that works? They on a different frequency. I mean, who else did a remix but me? Nobody. Nobody. And there ain't gonna be no better ones either. I set the bar too high. The bar has been set too high. It's like they get mad, man. Like, I don't know what it is, bro. It's like, come on, fam. Be happy. Yo, the people like his version better than mine. That's not my fault. First of all, I would have never used Doja Cat beat. I would have never used that. I would have thought that one through. I would have been like, wait a minute. I'm not using this. I'm going to get my own, do my own thing, get in the studio, come out with fire, and then drop that thing so that it's like, it's a banger. But if you use something that belonged to somebody else, like their beat, and you release your song, people are going to be accustomed to that beat. That's it. It's sort of like when somebody say they could sing, and they're like, oh, sing something for me. Rather than them sing an original song, what do? Oh, let me go sing on a Whitney Houston song. Let me go sing a song from, I don't want to hear you sing what they got. I want to hear your song. Could you do that? I got so many songs, dance hall rhythms, reggae music. Fam, if I was chasing money like everybody else, I would be a multi-millionaire already. I have so many songs. Music today is garbage. All the songs, listen, when it comes to music production, in my personal opinion, nobody can fuck with me when it comes to music production. Nobody. That's a fact. And I'm too humble. Y'all ain't seen nothing. Y'all ain't hear nothing yet. All the stuff I put out is basic. That's one of the reasons why I never got into the music business of getting with no record labels, because they wanted to control me. They wanted to control me and what I do. Nah, you can't do that. Can't control me, man. I don't make music that, oh, I want to make something that sound cool for everybody to like me. If I make a rap song, I got to have a bunch of drama in it. No, man. If I'm going to make music, I'm going to make what I feel. From what I feel. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I don't care. I'm being true to me. That's what music is supposed to be. You don't supposed to make music because you want to make a song that everybody gonna like because you want to make what people are interested in. That's not music, man. That's garbage. You got to make music from the heart. What you feeling? That's what's gonna bang, man. Fam, I remember when I was on the job, I used to make songs on my old job, fam. I'm talking about way back in the days, man. I made this one song, fam. Yeah, I made this song while cleaning the compactor room, fam. Let me see if I can play this song, man. Let me see if I can do this. I made this wild song, man. This is sad. What the hell is this mess, man? Watching some crazy video that came across my screen. I'm not even going to put that mess in my video, man. Sick. Sick stuff, man. Let's see. Let me see. I don't know if you can hear this. Let me see.
So I talk it. Me see her there when she walking. Yo, got me like you. Can't you see me? Want you now. Want to take you home with me. Want to start a family. Yo, got me like you. Can't you see me? Want you now. Want to take you home with me. Want to start a family. Got me like you. Can't you see me?
I was literally in the old job doing this while working. And listen, I made that song while on the job. Look at me walking around in the job place. Look. I'm literally on the job doing that mess. And that was many years back when I did that, fam. I used to be just sitting back at the job working, And that's way back. That's when I was doing janitorial work back in the days. And I would be working, and while working, I'm making songs. I'll have my Bluetooth speaker with the beats, and I'll be cleaning. Songs will come to me, and I'll just start singing, rapping, whatever the case is, and record it. Because that's how I used to get all my recordings. I would just freestyle and do my thing, and I felt the energy, and that's how I made my songs. And it's so many of them, man. I got some songs that when I go back and I listen to them, I forgot that I made the song, and I'm like, oh, snap, yo, that song is dope, bro. And the song is years old, years. And it sounds so fresh today. But the thing is, in today's culture, people don't even know what good music sound like anymore. People are so accustomed to toxic music that your music literally would have to be toxic in order for people to accept it as music. If you're rapping, you got to talk about guns, drugs, trap music, death, and mayhem in order for us to take you serious as a rapper. That's where we at. People don't appreciate music no more. That's why I just do what I do. I don't try to be like nobody. Nobody's like me when it comes to music. No one. I am 100% original. I can produce any style of music, any genre of music I can produce. Any genre of music. Any genre of music I can produce. Salsa, merengue, dance hall, reggae, calypso, soca, hip hop, R&B, soul, blues, Indian music, Asian music, folk music, any kind of music I could produce. And I've been doing this for years. Any genre of music. Any genre of music. I can produce all. I have an ear and a talent for music, period. Any music. You throw it at me, music, you could play this. Let me hear a little bit. Oh, I know how to play that. Make a beat right there. That's because I mainly listen to world music. I mainly listen to world music. A lot of orchestral, a lot of soundtracks, a lot of music scores, orchestral music, theater music, where you have a lot of instrumentation, a lot of cultural instruments, instruments from China, Japanese instruments, African instruments, you name them. I'm into that. And that's what makes me understand music. Music is not just about making a rap song. That's not music. I'm not saying rap music can't be music. What I'm saying is you haven't even dived into what music is. You got to study the world and understand what the world listens to. There's so many different types of music out there, so many different countries, so many different places that have music that is beautiful. I'm talking about beautiful music. But how would you know if you never experienced this? If all you know is rap? A rap song. I'm a music person. I'm making a rap beat. Fam, I could go make some Indian music and sell it, and it would make millions because the people in India will love it. Because they'll be like, how he know how to play this? How he know how to play this? I know how to play Asian music, Chinese music, that will shock an actual Chinaman. He'll be like, how do you know how to play that? How do you know how to do that? I mean, you're hitting the right notes, the right tones, the right melody. How are you doing that? Well, I listen to a lot of Chinese music. You get an ear for it. Once you start learning the tones, the sounds, you get it. Woodwind instruments, some of my favorite instruments. Beautiful sounds, beautiful instruments. I love them. I love a lot of guitars, guitar sounds, acoustic guitars, electric guitars. All these, there's so many different types of guitars. Beautiful sounding instruments, violins, you know what I mean? Clarinets, beautiful instruments, beautiful sounds. These sounds are very inspiring. You know? The duduk, beautiful instrument. One of the most beautiful sounds is the duduk. One of the most beautiful sounding instruments is the duduk. Beautiful. You hear that instrument, man, it just makes you think of God Almighty. As soon as you hear that sound, you be like, it's a heavenly, powerful sound. You know? You say you play the trumpet. Trumpet is another sound, another instrument. Fantastic instrument and sound. Anybody, salute to everybody that can play an instrument. If you can play an instrument and you can play it really good, you got to salute yourself, fam. Don't sleep on what you got. You know what I mean? A lot of people are jealous of musicians, man. Musicians, man, they some powerful people, man. Even if you're a percussionist, hey, salute to you, man. You know how to play the tambourine. You know how to play, you know, with the drumsticks. You know, you're very good at drums. Man, yo. There's so many talented people out here. People don't even know who they are, man. They don't even know these people exist. And these people are super talented. But they never got their big break. They never did. The best thing that I could say is if you're a musician, don't worry about getting a big break. Just focus on what you do and do it to the best of your abilities. And just be happy with who you are. And everything is going to fall in its place. You know? Everything's going to fall in its place. And I didn't start playing music until I was 5 years old. I remember it just as yesterday. Went to my grandmother, my abuela house, and my uncle was there, and he had an organ, an electric organ. It was similar to the ones that they would have like in a church. It was an electric organ with a 3-prong plug, and it had a built-in fan. I didn't know what that thing was, but he had it plugged in the wall, and I came in, I was 5 years old. There was no toys in the apartment, so I didn't have nothing to play with. So I saw this thing with keys, white keys, and I pressed it, and it made a sound. And when it made a sound, I was fascinated by that sound. So I pressed another key, and I was just making noise. And I remember when it was time for me to leave, you know, I didn't want to leave. I started crying. I was like, I want this. I want the toy. I want the toy. And my uncle was like, go on, let him take it, man. It's yours now. And I remember they packed it up. I mean, the organ was literally bigger than me. They packed it up for me, and that was my first introduction into music. That organ. Brung that thing home. I never left sight of that organ, man. I played with that thing every single day, learning, playing new sounds. And every time it was around like birthday times or even Christmas back then when we used to celebrate them pagan holidays, the only thing I wanted was a keyboard. That's all I want. I didn't have no, I mean, I had toy collections and stuff, G.I. Joes and, you know, all that Transformers and Thundercats and all that mess. But for the most part, the only thing I was interested in was electric keyboards for gifts. Casio keyboards, Yamaha keyboards. I had so many of those keyboards, it's unbelievable. Believe it or not, some of those older, cheap toy keyboards be having some of the dopest sounds. Till this day, a lot of music producers would go buy themselves an old Casio, an old Yamaha keyboard, just to kind of go through the presets to hear the sounds. You hear some weird old sound synth in there, you be like, whoa, I gotta use this. I gotta use this. There'd be some dope sounds in there. You know? Serious talk, man. That's how it all started with music. And throughout my entire life when it came to music, man, all I encountered was a lot of jealous people, fam. That's one thing about being a musician that I feel a lot of musicians don't really talk about, is that you experience a life of people just being jealous of you for just because you're gifted at what you do. They would never tell you in your face, but you can feel the vibe, because music people are very sensitive to energy, because we're sensitive to sounds, we're sensitive to frequency. So we can pick up on energy. Music people are some of the most dangerous people to be around because we can read you. Just like we could read music. Or even if you don't understand how to read music, or if you just know music theory, we could pick up on the energy, if that makes sense. So if something's going on around us, we could pick up on it because we're very good with sounds. Our ears are very tuned. I can hear things with my ears that the average person cannot hear. I can hear it. I can hear sounds. I'll be like, yo, you heard that? Nah, I ain't hear nothing. You ain't hear you had to hear it. Nah, I ain't hear nothing. Well, I did. I heard it. I can pick up on the energy. So you experience a lot of hate, a lot of jealousy, a lot of fake friends, a lot of that type of stuff you're going to get, man. You know? Let's see what else we got. So that's about it, y'all. So we're going to get up on out of here, do what we got to do, man. We've been here for a minute. I ain't intend to be on almost 3 hours, man. I ain't intend to do all of that. That's taking away my time right now because I'm trying to, I wanted to go do that other video for the patrons and whatnot. Social media is crazy, y'all, man. Social media is something else. I made a post under somebody's video on TikTok, and it's like everybody keep coming into the post assuming all sorts of things about me. Like, it's crazy. Like, yeah, some crazy woman there, she said something, so I post under her comment something, and then I left. And it's like 100 people post under mine, and they all keep ganging up saying, you're just mad because she don't want you, or you're jealous because she don't need you. And I'm like, first of all, I never came there to talk to shorty. Like, I'm not even interested. So I don't know what made y'all come to that conclusion, but it's amazing how the first thing people will try to do is use shaming language as if though you're just mad because you can't talk to the person. Fam, I don't want them. A lot of women do that stuff. And y'all gotta stop do that, because to be honest with a lot of you ladies, man, a lot of those guys just want to bust a nut. They really not even trying to be in a relationship. I'm just being honest with you. That's why you a single mom. Because you thought dude wanted a relationship. All he wanted was to bust a nut. And when he did it, you got pregnant. I had one person, they came under that video of now you're a single mom and accused me of trying to separate black men and women. That's what the woman said. She said, I'm trying to separate the black family. I'm amazed at these comments. A man that is always teaching and preaching family growth and development, I was accused of trying to separate the black family. So you listen to a song about now you're a single mom, and rather than you take accountability to keep your legs closed, or at least teach these teenage girls to keep their legs closed, because they're gonna all be single mothers too, right? They're gonna ruin their life too. Rather than you teach them to do that, instead you get mad at me. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. This is why I got to get out of New York, man, and be somewhere where it's just quiet. Because a lot of people are crazy and it's like they don't have no sense, man. They really don't. We fight the people that try to help us the most, and the people that are destroying us, we love them. It's sick. So y'all take care, man. Y'all take care. Yeah, that definitely is true. Brainwaves advice says, facts, after they hear your music, they don't want to jump on the track with you because of jealousy. Yeah, it's sick. It's crazy. It's amazing, man. What's amazing to me is how dude that made that Now You're a Single Mom piece, the dope part about it is just the chorus. That's the only part that I'm really liking, if I'm being honest with you. The lyrics, we already know these lyrics. We already talked about these in videos 1,000 times. None of that stuff is new. None of that is like, oh, you spitting bars. We talked about this in many videos. The brothers, we've been talked about this, right? So there's nothing new in the lyrics. It could be organized and restructured to sound dope. The only thing about it that is dope is the chorus and my beat. That's it. The lyrics is good. It has a message in it. I'm not dissing it. But from a production standpoint of music, it's not really like song, like timeless. It's not that. It's entertaining to listen to. You can get some laughs, but if you're in these spaces, everything that he rapped about, you heard from me already. You heard from me already. So I'm not impressed with that. What I like is the chorus. The chorus is catchy. That's it. That's why I had to go make a beat for it, because in the original clip with the Doja Cat track, I couldn't hear nothing that he was saying. You hear it, but you can't hear it. And I'm listening to it, and I'm like, the instrumentation of the Doja Cat beat is drowning his words. You couldn't really hear it. But what you heard was the chorus, but the actual lyrics, you couldn't hear anything. So I wanted to make it stand out, and I wanted a beat that would complement his flow. His flow needed a beat that would complement it. That's what I was focusing on. Even Dr. Dre talked about something similar when he was working on, I believe it was Eminem, working on one of Eminem's tracks. Eminem would write the song and have it already done, and then he would have to build a track around his lyrics to make it. That's why anytime you listen to any of the older Eminem albums, if you listen to the beats sound like they were fine-tuned to fit Eminem style. Meaning if anybody else was to try to rap on those Eminem beats, it would not sound right. That's how you know the beat was tailor-made just for those lyrics. Only a producer can do that. I was literally going to do a whole music video with me on camera. I was actually originally writing lyrics like a rap verse. That's originally what I was doing. But I was tired. I was like, listen, I done been working on a video. I've been working on the beat. I've been doing all of this all day. I'm not writing no song right now. So I kind of just canceled that. That's originally what I was going to do. So that's why I did some singing at the end or whatever the case is. That's it. Because I didn't feel like doing no more. I already made the beat already. Like, come on, what more do I need to do? I did a beat. I edited a whole video. I made it make sense. Again, if you watch the video, the dude with the mask is Pookie and Ray Ray. All of those women that were pregnant, they all slept with the same guy. Because you know that's how it is. Pookie and Ray Ray is sleeping with the same women. All the women are getting pregnant by the same group of men. Trust and believe that. That's what's going on. The only producers in the game that I consider producers, now you may not agree, but the producers, in my opinion, to me, that are producers with skills, talent, that have influenced even me growing up. We got to go to Dr. Dre, number one. Scott Storch, right? RZA, Timbaland, right? Swiss Beats. There's a few others that I would throw in there. Honorable mentions, I would put the Neptunes in there. I'm not really a fan of the Neptunes. I'm not a fan. What I'm a fan of is that the Neptunes are musicians first. That I respect. And their beats were all organically made. Meaning, they're nothing like the other guys. Even though I shouted out the others, the Neptunes was in a class by themselves. I wasn't really a fan. There's a couple of tracks that I like. There was a couple of them that to me was dope. Case in point, Grindin', that beat, that was a banger. He made that beat on the Korg Trinity, right off the Korg Trinity. That beat, Grindin', was made right off of the Korg Trinity. All of the sounds that are on that beat is on that keyboard. I know that because I own the keyboard. Then I believe the other one was it Pastor Cabassier? Pastor Cabassier, I think that one. I think that was another Neptunes track. That was another banger. The reason why I don't put them in the categories of the other guys is because they came out later on. The other guys they've been there from the beginning. And when you take guys like RZA, even though his beats weren't the best of quality, but the beats were totally unique. Nobody could mess with RZA, fam. RZA? Wu-Tang? Oh, let me not forget, what's this other dude, man? Mobb Deep. Mobb Deep. What's the producer, man? What's his name? Damn, how the hell I'm gonna forget the producer's name, man? What's the producer name? Havoc. Can't forget Havoc, fam. Can't forget him, bro. nice. You know what I'm saying? Nice. Them beats, fire. That's hip hop. Some dirty beats, dirty snares, dirty kick drums, flames. Like I said, you know, salute to the Neptunes. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I don't put them in the category of those other guys. I can't do that. That's kind of disrespectful. Their beats were organic, but it didn't have that character, man. It just didn't have that character of like a RZA's beat. RZA's beats took creativity. You had to really create, man, from the bottom. You know what I mean? Those beats were crazy, man. And think about all the artists that RZA had to produce for. All them artists, man, that's a lot of work, man. Some dope stuff, fam. And a lot of people don't know Scott Storch made a lot of hits, a lot of records, man, a lot of beats. Scott Storch made. A lot of y'all thought Dr. Dre made. A lot of beats he made, you thought it was Dr. Dre's beat. No, it wasn't. Mobb Deep was one of the dopest groups back then, along with Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang, number one. They controlled, man. Man, that was just a great time. It was a great time for music. It was a great time for hip hop. I really loved that time, man. I miss those days. Those are the good old days when rap artists were rap artists. Everybody was doing their own thing. Nobody was copying. Pretty much everybody coming up in the late 80s, early 90s, all those rappers, everybody was original. Nobody was fake. People were doing their own thing, man. Everybody had their own style. It was dope. We used to go and buy the tapes, buy the CDs, and we felt honored to walk out the store. Yo, I got the CD, fam. Yo, I got the CD. And you would go home and put the CD in and sit back and just chill. You know? Yeah, I know they had a lot of collabs. Scott Storch and Dre. I know that. But I keep messing up his name. Scott Storch, right? He's a musician. I mean, he's good with the piano. He know how to play the keyboard. Very good. His only problem to me is that he smoked too much. Shouldn't be smoking in the studio. You know? Now, when it comes to musicians, like people that like are musicians and stuff, orchestral, Yanni is at the top of the list for one of my most influential musicians that does like orchestral music, scores, concerts where you have like an entire band of people playing different instruments. That goes to Yanni. I have every last one of his CDs, all of his music, all his videos. I studied all of his work. I'm a student of his work. A student of his work. I got all the CDs, all the music, everything. I'll sit down and I'll examine every bit of his work like a student. Because that's how you learn. That's how you learn world music. You have to sit there and you have to listen to great musicians, and you gotta look at them do their work and absorb the energy and be a student and enjoy the music and just kind of just, wow. So that's how he do that? Man. Listen to the interviews, listen to how he talk. And if you listen to Yanni when he do his interviews and he's talking about his music, he's in love with what he do. It's a craft, it's a passion. So to truly be a musician, you have to play an instrument very well, and you have to love what you do. It can't even be about the money. You gotta love what you do. You're gonna make money, but you gotta love what you do. You know? Yeah. I definitely remember that. Says Ringo, remember how we would just click up with a random person who had albums that we didn't have just so we could listen to them. It was all cool and no beef to do. Yeah. Those are the good old days. Can't do that no more. Those are the good old days. That's what I'm saying. Those days, if you weren't raised in that time, man, you missed out. You missed out on the best time of life. The best time of life was when I was growing up. And I don't think you're going to ever have a time like that ever again. It was the best time. Everything was great. Everything was good. I mean, there was problems in the world, but it wasn't like today. Everything was fun. Dating was fun. Music was fun. The food was good. Parties were good. Everything was good. It wasn't about what kind of clothes you wear, what kind of this you wear. Fam, nobody cared about all of that stuff, man. People appreciated you for you. Bottom line. You know? Now, when it comes to all my influences from back in the day, Phil Collins, Kenny G, I'm talking about all of the R&B, soul, rock music of the 80s, the 70s and 80s. Every artist, I know all the artists. I have all of their music. All of it. Do you understand me? I collect all the music. All of that timeless music will never get played out. That's why in today's day, if I want to make a song that sounds like the 80s, I could do that. I can make a song and will sound like the 80s. You'll be like, wow, that song sound like the 80s. Because I know how the 80s sound. You know? But all of those singers from back in the days, those are my main influences, man. Like, I'm a student of Phil Collins, the Bee Gees. I'm a student of these particular artists. The Bee Gees, I'm a student of them. Kenny G, Phil Collins. I had their music playing all day, every day, all day, every day. And I studied these guys. Do you understand me? Because when they made music, the music was from the soul. The music came from the heart. And you could put on their music today and the songs are still great. The songs will never die. And of course, Michael Jackson, Prince, you know, the greats, of course, you know, those are going to always be influences, right? But for the most part, a lot of the R&B music from back in the days, all of the greats, all of the singers that people probably don't even know about, names that if you say, people don't even know who that is. They'll be like, who that? You know? Michael Bolton, that's another singer, another good one, man. Listen, all of those guys, I got love for all of those musicians and singers. They're so talented, so great. They're just a blessing to the earth with what they have brung. They changed the lives of so many people with their music. And that's what I appreciate about music. See, it just by you hearing how I talk, you could tell that I got a love for the art. You can hear it in my voice. You know? Yeah, all the soundtracks from all of those movies back in the day were all great. You know? All of them. You know, you got to respect producers like Babyface. You know, made a lot of hits, a lot of good music. I could go on and on about music, man. I would like to make an entire 80s album. Meaning all the songs is 80s inspired. That would be dope. Not many people can pull that off in today's day. You know that? Not everybody can just go into the studio and make an album that sound identical to the 80s. I can. I could. I know the 80s sound. I understand the synths. I understand the type of drums you're supposed to use. There's specific drums you're supposed to use if you want an 80s sound. There's specific synthesizers you have to use if you're to do an 80s style song. That's the only way it's going to sound good. If you use any sound that is up to date, it's not going to sound like the 80s. It got to have a timeless, analog quality that's going to make it pop. If you do anything of today, today's drums, today's kick drums, 808s of today, no. You're going to kill it. You're going to kill the vibe. You got to go back into the toolbox and find the synthesizers and the instruments and the pads and the keyboards that are 80s inspired. And you got to know how to play them. You got to know how to play the keys, play the chords, play the tones, the way they did in the 80s. You play any of Phil Collins' songs today, it'll still bang. Today, right now. You play any of his songs, they fire. You understand? Dub is the foundation. I could tell that you're behind on the stream because your comment just came down where you put Havoc of Mobb Deep. I can tell that you're not up to where we are right now. You're several minutes way behind because we already talked about that. So I could tell that by you posting Havoc, you're answering my question. So I can tell a lot of times people don't press that little red dot so they could be up to speed. People are looking at my stream at different places. So when they post in the live chat, they're responding to something that we already done talked about. You know? All the boy bands, the boy groups from back in the days, the new additions, everybody sounded great. You got to give it up to everybody. Everybody was good. Everybody was making dope music. Like I said, it was the best time. It was just a great time in history to be alive, man. Just thinking about it. It's just like, man, yo, those days were the days, man. Today, everything sucks today, man. Back then, it was just peaceful, man. You had so much music. You had so much variety of good music, man. Music to put you in all the right moods. You know? Yeah, I played Need for Speed a lot, yeah. They had a lot of soundtracks on Need for Speed. A lot of dope beats. Matter of fact, a lot of video games is what inspired me to produce a lot of music. You know, games like The Legend of Zelda, GoldenEye. What is that? That James Bond game? Remember when you would press pause and it would have that dope rap beat? That was a trap beat that was in a video game from way back in the day. Nobody was making beats like that. Nobody was making beats like that, but it was in a video game. So that means a producer made that beat for GoldenEye 13 or whatever the game is called. And I can recall back in the day, I used to, while I was making my own beats, I would plug in the Nintendo, connect it to my system so it could play through my monitor speakers. So while I'm mixing my own beats, I would use that beat to let me know if my beats are sounding dope. That's how fire that beat was. You know? Yeah, you would leave the game on pause just to hear the beat, man. Yeah. Shoot, fam, we used to do stuff like we would be playing the video games and we wanted to go outside. We would pause the video, pause the Nintendo, leave it pause, go outside and play, then come back in the crib and unpause the Nintendo to go back and play. Tell you, man, listen, to all you folks that are raised in this time, man, y'all missed out. Y'all missed out on the best time in history. And even though we're talking about it, you would never know what we're talking about. No matter how much we explain it, you would never know unless you experienced it yourself. It was, in truth, the best time in history to be alive. Back then, women weren't wearing weaves. They weren't wearing makeup, lashes. They weren't doing none of that stuff, fam. You know? You used to see a woman and you would like her for her. And she would want to talk to you because she thought you were, they used to call guys, the girls used to call us guys back then cuties. I never felt right with them saying that. But they'll be like, oh, he's a cutie. Right? And that's what they used to do. The house parties were fun. Go to the house parties. That's where I met my wife. Now, don't let me tell you the story now. Don't let me tell you the story now. See? She's gonna get mad. So, I come from work. I'm tired. I come from work, man. Had a hard day at the barbershop and whatnot. I go to the crib. My primo, he called me up. Hey, que lo que? Hey, que lo que, Lao? What going on? Hey, whop in, man. What going on, man? Hey, man, we gonna go to the party, man. They having a Halloween party over there, man. Halloween party? Yo, I just came from work, bro. Hey, come on, man. Calmate, Lao. You know? I'm coming over there right now, man. We're gonna go over there and, go see the gal them, man. Gonna be a bunch of gal them at the party, man. I'm like, bro, man, I ain't going, man. He's like, come on, man. What going on with you? You scared of the gal them, man? That's what my cousin used to tell me all the time. Like, when I didn't want to go somewhere, he would accuse me of being scared of the girls. I'm like, I ain't scared. What are you talking about? So let's go. All right. So we go to the party. We go to the party, fam. So we walk in there, it's mad dark. I'm like, damn, where everybody at? So they kept flicking the lights on and whatnot. You know how it was back in the days, the party be dark, right? Everybody in there dancing, you know what I'm saying? Getting their groove on, everybody like this, doing their thing. Y'all remember? So the lights kept turning on. So when the lights flick on, they would flick the lights on and flick it back off. So you can't really, it's like you had like a short period of time to see where the shorties was like. So I recall the lights flicking on. You had a couple of women in the party that looked good. I saw them, I was like, oh, there they go. There they go. So I recall the lights flicked on at one moment, and I saw my cousin dancing with a woman, and she literally was naked. I kid you not, no cap. Halloween party, all she had on was, she had on a lingerie fishnet bodysuit. That's it. Right? So you could see everything. But now, the problem is when the lights flicked on, he was behind her, winding up on her. So I was like, yo, my primo doing him thing loud way. What going on, man? Yo, he doing his thing, man. But when the lights turned on and I looked up at the gal, I said, no. The gal looked like a mop stick, man. She looked bad, man. But her body, though. Her body. But she was a mop stick. But my cousin, he didn't care. Remember the song about you don't want to deal with a mampy? The reggae songs about mampy? So you know if I say mampy, you know what that means. You had to be in the 90s to hear that. Right? Right? So my cousin didn't care if a gal was a mampy or she's a big girl or whatever. He didn't care about that, fam. He would get with any woman. He ain't play. So I'm in the party, I'm doing my thing. Next minute, you know, somebody grabbed my hand. Somebody grabbed my hand, fam. So the light clicked on. I see it's a woman, she grabbed my hand. So I'm like, what in the world? So she dragging me to the corner somewhere. I'm like, whoa, what in the world? What in the world going on here? Next minute, we start dancing and whatnot. And I'm not really the dancing type. You know what I mean? So while I'm trying to do whatever I'm trying to do dancing wise with this girl, I'm trying to do my thing. And it's like I'm doing whatever I'm doing. And the next minute, you know, she just started kissing me. I kid you not. I kid you not. No cap. Next minute, listen. But before that now, before we even get to that part, back then, when I was in the party, the same girl, I saw her doing some bacchanal dance. Some guy had her in the air, lifting her up, doing some bacchanal dance. I'm like, what? So I'm like, she must know these people. I guess that's how they get down, right? But anyway, long story short, she dragged me in the corner. We dancing. We was dancing up for a minute. And I guess while we dancing, our faces was next to each other so much, like, I don't know, but she made the first move. I didn't do it. I really didn't. She started kissing me, fam, out of nowhere. I'm talking about kissing. Real kissing now. Not no kiss on the cheek. Next minute, she grabbed my hand again. It's like she knew she already chose me. She must have been watching me from the corner. And she grabbed my hand. She said, let's go out into the hallway where you can see me. She brought me out into the hallway, right? She said, let's go on the other side of the building where nobody's at. I'm like, this is my type of girl, right? But now, before we went to the other side, she started whatchamacallit. Who is this? Someone's at my front door. My wife, forget it. So, first thing first is, as soon as she brought me out into the hallway, the first thing she do, this, no cap, I am not lying, I lift my hands to the Most High. She was wearing brown Timberland boots. I remember. The woman kind of boots, right? This is what this girl did, fam. No cap. First thing she do, she says, I got pretty feet. I didn't ask her nothing. I didn't say nothing. I didn't do nothing. This girl go taking off her boots in the hallway. She said, see, check it out. I got a fresh new pedicure. I got pretty feet. I got pretty toes. I got this. I'm like, this is the Lord's doing. This gotta be the Lord. This gots to be God Almighty. Yo, how is this possible? So I'm all excited. I'm like, this is perfect. So she already done made, it's almost as though she knew what it was. So she takes me on a tour on the other side of the building. I done left my cousins. I left everybody. I don't even know where they at. Later on, I found out that my elder brother got upset with me because people were saying he left with a woman. So they were mad at me. We were on the other side of the building, you know, doing naughty things. Not really nothing like that. You know what I mean? But we pretty much was talking. Just a lot of talking. So, that was about it, man. You know? Gifted Rob said something bad coming. Bad? Fam, that woman is my wife today. What are you talking about? Bad. Ain't nothing bad happened. What are you talking about? So now, if I would have never went to the Halloween party with my cousin, I would have never met my wife. So that means that the Lord sent me to the Halloween party? Is that what you're saying? Somebody said, why would God send you to the Halloween party? That would go against the scriptures. You know? That's crazy, man. Uh-oh. I'm getting a text message. Guess from who? From my wife. She must be tuning into the show. We met October. Now look, guys, women remember all the dates and the times. You can't remember all of this type of stuff. We met October 1993. Do the math. Only women can remember this, guys. We don't remember stuff like that. Women can remember the date, the time, what you had on, what kind of cologne you had on, what kind of hair style, haircut. They can remember all of that mess. You know? Now you sending me, I know the date of that now. She's sending the dates of when we got married. They don't need to know all of that. All they need to know is when we met. That's it. Get them all this information. People start doing their calculations and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? You can get them some information. You don't get them all now. Some people crazy, man. They be like, oh, so you got married in such and such year, but you met on such and such and such. That's how people be, man. The internet is dangerous, man. All they need to know is that you got together at 93. So if you look at 93 and you look at now today, you know how many years that is. You know? And this is why these women be getting mad at me today. You know? Especially when I talk about the subject of polygyny. They get mad. Well, Rango, how do you know if a woman is a good woman? Well, I compare, or I shouldn't say compare because it's not really about comparing. It's about, I look at how my wife is now and how she always been, and I look at that through the lens of looking at women. I'm able to filter the good, the bad, and the ugly. So it's pretty easy for me to look at women and know how she is, if that makes sense. It's easy to look at. Meaning I'm not judging a woman just by how she look. Because you got some women that may not be all that like a supermodel, meaning they're not all that super, super pretty, but these are essentially good women. Meaning that if she was to deck herself out, oh, she'll definitely be fire. But she's not typically the type of woman all these guys will be chasing around. You get what I mean? See, I'm not like, oh, she got to be a 10 in order to talk to her. That's not me. She got to have good character, good morals, everything else. It's really my mom. It's really my mom that, I guess made me recognize the value in my wife, who was my then girlfriend back then, because we had broke up like 2 or 3 times, but still remained like hanging around because she would still hang out with my mom, and my mom would keep telling her, "You don't worry about nothing, child. You in there. Don't worry about nothing. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. You keep hanging with me. You keep hanging with me. You good." So I watched how she interacted with my mom. And what happened was, when my mom had got real sick with the cancer and had to go to the hospital and do all of that other stuff, she was there for my mom. She went to the hospital. She cleaned my mom. She spent all her time in the hospital with my mom, took care of my mom when she came out the hospital, did errands for my mom, loved my mom. I mean, she did everything for my mom, and I seen it with my own eyes. I seen it. None of those other girls I was messing around with ever did that. They never did that. And I remember my mom, she would sit me down certain times when she wasn't around, and she would call me by my actual name, which is Donald. That's my name. She'd be like, Donald. That's how my mom would talk to me about these things. She would be like, Donald, you know the girl, that's a good girl, you know. Donald, listen to your mother, you know. I'm trying to tell you the truth. That's a good girl. You know, take it from mommy, you know. Look at how she, you know, she take care of your mother, and she doing this and she doing that. You know, that's a good girl. You know, you should give her a chance. You know, don't be like that. You know, take it from me. If I'm saying this, your mother saying this, you know it's right. And then I was like, wow. So it's like she would tell me that all the time. Because I used to bring chicks to the crib like right in front of her. I used to bring girls over right in front of, like, she'll be there hanging with my mom. I bring girls in the crib. They'll come right in, go straight to the room. You know? And I used to tell my mom, why you keep having this girl here? Let her go home. She would be like, she's with me. I'd be like, come on, man. Y'all, you know. And it's like, it's weird because I'll be there hanging out with chicks, send those women home, and be mad that the other girl is with my mom hanging, and my mom would let her spend a night and stay in the crib. And it's like, we'll be in the house. It's weird. It was a weird time. It's like, I can't explain none of this type of stuff. But we eventually got back together. You know what I mean? It is what it is, right? We eventually got back together. But it's interesting because what my mom and her had, they had a bond. They had a connection. And to me, that's what's missing in today's day. Because technically speaking, when you are dating someone, your mom, your dad, they're supposed to get to see who you're talking to, so they can have their input on whether or not this person is good money. And my mom vouched for her. My mom said, all those other girls you bringing over here are trash. I remember I had one I used to bring over, big breasts. I mean, she was taller than me, with some big breasts, huge, you know? So it was a crazy time, man. Crazy, crazy time and whatnot. But if I would have never went to the Halloween party that my cousin invited me to, I would have never met my wife. So sometimes you got to step out. Sometimes you got to go places where you really don't want to go. You might be tired. Somebody might invite you somewhere. Sometimes that might be your ticket. You know what I mean? Sometimes just being invited somewhere might be your ticket. You know? Got to step out. Yeah, I could do a video about that. Because it's very important, because a lot of times your mom had the ability of knowing if a woman is good, because a mom always want her son to be with the right woman. She really do. A lot of times you guys, y'all don't take no advice from your mom. You think your mom is a hater, and that's not so. Sometimes your mom and you might have disagreements here and there and whatnot. That's normal. But a lot of times she could see through the BS that women do. Remember, she's a woman. Very, very important. And the last thing a mom want is her son to be around a woman that's no good. You understand what I'm saying? It's very important. Bring that woman around Mom Duke. Let Mom Duke weigh her out. See what she's working with. See what kind of frequency she on. Your mom will be able to tell you straight up, she's no good. But Ma, how you gonna say she's no good though? I'm telling you, she's no good. Why? Did you see her respect me? Did you see her give me a hug? Did you see her acknowledge your mother? Nah, she didn't do that, Ma. She's no good. If she ain't respecting me, she don't respect you. Where do you think I get that talking point from? That if a woman don't respect you, she don't love you. I got that from my mom. Do you understand me? I got that from her. And when you put that into practice, that's real life. If a woman don't respect you, she don't love you. Real spit. Anyway, y'all, we've been going on for 4 hours, man. I'm over here talking about myself. I'm over here talking about myself about these things. And shout out to Saul for all the support he been, given during the show. Salute to Saul. Saul T. Ball for the supporting the show. You know what I mean? Appreciate the support. But anyway, y'all, man, we're going to get up on out of here. It's like I spent so much time on this one show that is using up my energy that I'm supposed to do for the Patreon video. But I'm gonna still try to crank out the Patreon video and probably upload it, tomorrow in the morning somewhere. So be patient if you're a Patreon. But I'm gonna try to get that out. But yeah, I'll do a video about that. Now, I'm not into no zodiac stuff, but I would be what they call a Gemini. That's about that. So, that's about it. I'm gonna get up on out of here, get something to eat, and kind of reflect on things I gotta do. It's a lot of things I gotta do. Oh, I gotta put my order in for my camera stuff. I gotta get that. I gotta get that going. All right, guys. So we're gonna get up on out of here, man. Y'all be safe. Ringo TV Reactions. Peace and blessings to everybody out there rocking with the platform. Shout out to, hold on, let me see who this is. This is crazy. I might got to do a story about this. That's wild. Let me see. Shout out to Diamond. Diamond Cuts for the support. Appreciate you. Diamond Cuts. Appreciate you for the support. Name sounds like the name of, it could be for a barbershop. Diamond Cuts. You know what I mean? That sounds like a dope name for a barbershop. Diamond Cuts. You know? At least that's what I would call it. I don't know if that's a name, but it sounds like a dope name for a barbershop. Because I remember I worked at a barbershop called King Cuts. So it's like that name has a hook to it that stands out. Like if it was on a sign. You know? Yeah, that's jewelry. Well, diamonds, I get diamonds. You know. Oh, so it's a jewelry. Okay. But it could also be for a barbershop too now. Because it's sort of like they'll cut your hair and you end up shining because it's like they make you stand out. You know what I mean? But if it's for jewelry, hey, it is what it is. You know? But I could see it on the front of a barbershop. Diamond Cuts. You know, that'll look dope. I mean, if it's a jewelry store too, it'll do. So, hey, appreciate everybody rocking with the show. We're going to get up on out of here. Hope y'all learned something. Hope y'all got something from the stream. And it is what it is. I got to get me some napkins. My nose is running. This is crazy. I'm watching my other video here, and I can literally see my nose is running. I don't think you could see it on this camera. You probably can't, but this is a close-up shot. But I don't care, because, you know, I'm 100% original. No filter, no nonsense. Okay, so we're going to get up on out of here. I might go live again later, or I might just drop some YouTube shorts or whatnot, but I got some things I got to take care of. So we'll catch you later on or in the morning with more talks and whatnot. I got to get this camera thing situated for this order I got to get. I got to get my camera going. I got this very expensive camera here and I ain't using it, and I need to put it to use to get some content going. So, yeah. I might do some documentaries in the street, some dope stuff. I really can't wait to start using it to really get things popping. I have some ideas of some things that I want to do. I don't know if they would allow it, but I was thinking about doing a documentary of my old work locations and whatnot, but I don't know if they would want to be on camera to actually film and stuff like that, because being that I used to work for these agencies, they have certain policies and certain things. I don't want to get nobody in trouble and whatnot. So I might scratch that off the list of things that I want to do. Now, they would let me film, but I don't want nobody to get in trouble with their job, you know? But I definitely have to get some videos of all my coworkers and stuff like that before I leave New York. Like, I mean, I'll visit, like, coming back, but I want to get, like, video and stuff from all my old coworkers and stuff like that, see what they up to, so that we could all, like, keep in touch, or at least they could keep in touch with what I'm doing on social media, because every now and then I go and I kind of visit, you know, where I used to work and stuff like that, just to kind of see how everybody doing and stuff like that. Because for me, that makes me feel good to actually go back to the roots of where I used to, my stomping grounds and stuff like that. It keeps me grounded. I like to do stuff like that. I don't like to I'm no better than any of you. You understand? Like, I'm just like everybody else. There's no, oh, I'm better than you. I'm this. I don't move like that. I go to where I used to work, salute the people, hang there, talk with them, and vibe and have conversations and kind of catch up on what they're doing in their life, see where they're going and stuff like that. And I'm sure it probably make their day even when I show up, because it's like, wow, yo, long time no see, bro. Yo, man, yo, you doing good? How the family? You know, it's good to do stuff like that. You know, I got to do that soon too, because it's been a minute. So I got to go bust a run and do that soon. So I might do that. Sure, I might even do that tomorrow, man. Just pop up on everybody. They'll be like, oh, snap. I like surprising everybody. I don't like coming around when they know. I like to just pop up when they least expect it, because they're not expecting you. You know, some people think sometimes you move on and you don't want to have nothing to do with no one and stuff like that. You know? And that doesn't mean I agreed with everybody where I used to work, too. I had a lot of fights, a lot of arguments, but for the most part, we're still a family. You know what I mean? Even if we have disagreements in the work location, I still consider all the old workers family, even if we hated one another. You know? It is what it is. So I got to get on out of here, man. I got to blow my nose, man. I got to blow my nose. I'm feeling my voice is changing. I'm trying to sound professional, but I really got to blow my nose badly. It's crazy, but at least I keep it a buck, right? Like I can't even breathe. Like I'm literally breathing out of my mouth right now. So that's about it, man. We're going to get up on out of here. I got a lot of things that I got to do. A lot of things that I got to sort. Yeah. And make sure y'all all subscribe to Floridine Rollo. Let's go. Make sure y'all subscribe to that brother channel. Give him some support. You know what I mean? Rollo is trying to do his thing. You know what I'm saying? He recently bought some equipment, some studio equipment, trying to set up his studio, trying to do his thing. You know what I mean? So, you know, give him some motivation. You know what I mean? Give him some motivation. Check out his videos. You know what I mean? Post a comment. You know what I mean? Kind of give him some inspiration, because he's buying equipment. He have to learn the equipment. And you know, in this business, man, this is a cold world, man. It's a cold business, man. People don't support you. And I'm not saying the viewer. Other content creators normally never support you. They don't encourage you. They don't want to help you. I mean, it's just sad, man. So I try to offer some sense of encouragement for others that are doing their thing. You know what I mean? Because a lot people don't understand what we got to deal with. It's a lot of frustration, a lot of days you don't feel like doing nothing. You're not inspired. You get dry a little bit. You don't know what to post. And it's like you look for inspiration. You know? You know what I mean? Even support brother Brainwaves advice. Topics and LLC. Support his channel too. He's a content creator too. You know, take a look at what they're doing. You know, just kind of take a glimpse, like just peep in and kind of look. Let me see what this guy doing. Let me see what that guy doing. You know, because it helps here and there, even if it's just one person. You know, they might say something that resonate with you that you'll appreciate. You know, give people a chance. You know, I'm not selfish, man. I'm not a selfish guy, man. I'm not. That's not me. I want everybody to win. But at the same time, you got to put the work in. That's the thing about these YouTube streets. You got to put the work in, man. But YouTube is not fair. I'm going to tell you, YouTube is not fair. They really do shadow ban. They really do suppress channels. A lot of the suppression is actually oppression for a lot of us creators. But it is what it is, man. Just work, grind, and stay focused. So y'all take care, man. Y'all take care. We're going to catch y'all on the rebound with more content, man. So y'all stay safe out there. Ringo TV Reactions. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Catch y'all in the next video. We out. Y'all take care. Peace. Peace and blessings. Salute to all the mods that came in the building. Peace and blessings. We out of here.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.